Yes, people, welcome back to CanaryCast. Good to see you back here again, joining us for Forest against Norwich this evening. The main headline from pre-match is no Emi Buendia for Norwich. He's become a dad again overnight. Kieran Dowell is in his place, so that'll be an interesting one. We've only won once without Buendia in the league, ever, so I don't know if we'll do it again tonight. Jacob, do you fancy it?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for Kieran Dowell, who on the right hand side could be a very different prospect to Emi, because cutting inside very narrow, gives Max an opportunity. He played well at the weekend. It was a bit gutting that we couldn't obviously do the live stream, just a couple of technical issues, but obviously a great comeback win. Which first half, like I said on the aftermath video, we were crap, but second half we were so much better, and 2 worldy goals. So with the form team of Pukki's in, as long as someone gives him the ball, he looks like he wants to fire it in. So, and look at that Forest side. We talk about confidence. I would say that's a beatable side there.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis Grabban obviously heading the attack, captain as well tonight. I don't know if that's normal or not. And obviously Chris Hughton's in the dugout back at Carrow Road. Without Emi, Jacob, do you think a lot of the emphasis is probably on Todd tonight, especially after the the goal last weekend? But he's come into the team a bit more in recent weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been in good form since he's come back from injury, really, hasn't he? The only thing is, I think he enjoys not being the main man, but not the conductor, but the little vice conductor sort of thing for the orchestra, really. But to then be the main man is a tricky one for him. But you know what? If he wants to really kick on and show that he's Premier League quality, then you conduct these games and go, yeah, this is my opportunity. Ripping them 10 is...
I know.
In a team that drops back, I enjoyed it against Luton because Luton pressed us, and that helped for us to then press Luton in turn, and the turnover was a lot quicker. In this one, we know we're going to get from Hughton. 4-2-3-1, park every single bus, bloody lorry, bloody anything plane, anything you can find, it will be parked by Chris Hughton. And counter-attacks. This one's, I think it's going to be a bit of an ugly one, bit of a struggle to kind of break down. I imagine Pukki will be slightly isolated, probably won't have too many opportunities, but fingers crossed we can break through at least once.
You mentioned Forest will just sit there, and I absolutely agree with you. I think we're going to see a lot of that. Without Emi Buendia, can you see us breaking through and notching a goal at least?
Yes, because this you look at that Forest side, there's not too many really that I have an issue with in terms of, I'm worried about them. James Garner in the middle will try and dictate the play when he can, but it'll be quite interesting to see what he's like without the ball, because we will dominate. There's no Knockout, who was very good against us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In the first game. For me, this is a huge opportunity, I would say, to go and win this game.
Absolutely. All right then. So what do you fancy? What do you think we'll see here tonight, score prediction wise and general performance?
Well, I went on a Forest fan channel last night, said 1-0. That was before, obviously, without Emi. I think it will be that close. I can't really see us scoring more than one. We've never scored more than one and won a game without Emi Buendia before. So you think it could be, it's an opportunity for records broken. It's a tricky game, isn't it? But then Forest don't really have anything to play for. They're not going down, definitely not going up. This is where you just want to, especially after the slip-ups from Brentford and Swansea yesterday, if you win this, then it is definitely done, in my opinion. Score-wise, let's do that first. I was thinking 1-0 with Emi, same as you. And then when I saw he was out, I thought, I know I should think we're good enough to score against these. I know I should. The position we are in the league, how good we've been, blah, blah, blah. I think we should score. But we haven't seen the evidence of it apart from at Huddersfield. So I'm sort of expecting a 0-0, to be honest with you, but a very Hughton performance from them, sitting back, even at the Forest ground. I can't see them coming at us, can you? No, absolutely not. We know what Chris Hughton is like, mate. It's going to. We saw it for a season and almost 2 seasons. It was the most shocking, boring, dull, shite football I've ever watched in my life. And he hasn't changed. Harvey's probably come back in and smiling, probably because you probably saw something similar at Newcastle, but it's defensive football in it at its finest. For me, you've just got to go and really attack this game. Grabban, I'm tempted to put a bet on Grabban to score, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be typical, wouldn't it? Harvey, we're just doing score predictions, mate. What do you fancy?
I'm going to go with 2-1 Forest. Just because no Emi, no win. Just as James Cohen says, there's a big flurry of early comments, by the way. Will Mason says, early question for the lads. Cantwell's goal at the weekend was superb. However, what I didn't like was his espousing to protect the planet in one Instagram post, only to show himself unpacking multiple clothes in the next post. Rampant consumer and capitalism it will cost this planet. So how would you solve what's happening to planet Earth? Well, you asked the right people, Will. We are the best place to
comment
this.
on that.
What I would do is I would kill Todd Cantwell. Todd Cantwell is the problem, and he must be. Unfortunately, he has to be exterminated. So
you look exactly the same as Todd Cantwell. You don't go for haircuts. I imagine Todd doesn't either.
The braid.
So
where's the fucking braid?
I'll be honest. I'm still preparing for the stream, and it's about 5 minutes in. So, but otherwise.
Can you do the rest of the chat, Harvey? I'm just going to get it up.
Yeah, sure. Evening Shaggers, says James Kerwin. No Emmy, no win. Totally agree. Ollie is in the chat. 1-0 win tonight for Pukki with a penalty. And the ever-present Tiny133 says, evening, boys. You've lost Jacob a lot of money this week, so we'll see if you can continue this trend. So...
Still not over it, Stu. Still not over Honeysuckle, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. Craig will be in the chat as well. We've also
Craig
won
is in the chat and he says, hopefully Hanley snaps Graben in the first 10 minutes. And Will Mason says, well said, Harvey, making decisions and calls that others aren't prepared to. Well, that's why you should vote for me in the Hartlepool by-election. I am running on a kill Todd Cantwell ticket.
You in politics is very dangerous, Harvey. I know you've run before, and you're one of those that would, would you give like a curfew just to Todd Cantwell? Is that if he scores tonight?
Yeah,
if he scores tonight, Harvey,
he has to remain in a coffin till.
If he scores or assists tonight, Harvey, it's double braid to make up for the technical issues.
I was just answering the question that Will very generously put in the chat.
You've pounced on that, haven't you? You've really enjoyed that.
We're underway here. Just about make it out on this red button camera. It's I think they're filming it on a Maris Piper. But we are underway. Boys, have you started yet?
Oh yeah.
We're just kicking off. You see, the thing is with the Sky Sports red button, it is slightly behind, so that will be very interesting.
I don't know about Dowell on the right, you know. I'm hoping he's really good, but I'm not expecting a lot. Are you?
He played there in pre-season and was okay. His movement's good, but he will just be incredibly narrow. It will be like having Emmy. Listen to what I say before you jump on it. In terms of he will drift inside.
Narrow, yeah.
But it gives Max that kind of option to go on the outside. But no, you miss Emmy so much. Forest early press here. It was interesting how injured Ben Gibson looked, Joe, at the weekend.
Yeah, I did. To be honest with you, Jay, I didn't see an awful lot of the game. I've seen everything since and everything that's available on highlights. But what was the problem? Was he just moving a bit gingerly?
He had a hamstring injury. He obviously got booked for the Bannon free kick before the Rhodes goal, and just looked slightly nervy. And you probably do as a player, don't you? In terms of hamstring, you probably don't want to back it too much. And I think it shows how important he is now, doesn't it? That if he's even 80% fit, he has to play.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not putting Zimmerman in ahead of Gibson, or not for my money anyway.
He doesn't want to put in Zimmerman over a 70% fit Gibson. I think that kind of shows how good he's been this year. I was asked on the second tier pod who would be like the runner-up team of season player behind Buendia. He'd say Gibson. So I think he's been that good.
Not Hanley.
No, just because Gibson's transformed the way we played in terms of being able to bring it out from the back. I would say
a great replacement for Godfrey.
Exactly, and he's replaced someone. Hanley's always been there. So for me, I think if you had Grant alongside another Grant, it would be a lot trickier to be able to play out from the back, for example.
Yeah, fair
enough. And that natural balance, which we've been crying out for, right foot, left foot, centre backs, just makes it a lot easier to be able to play out for me.
Lots of possession for Norwich here early in the game. We're only a couple of minutes in. Most of the game is in Forest's half. Dowell was cutting inside with a shot, fizzes it past the near post. He's hit that from about 25 yards, left foot. I can't really make out how wide it has gone, but it's definitely gone wide.
What did you guys reckon of the game then, like score-wise?
Jacob said 1-0, and I said 0-0.
It'll be a nitty-gritty game, won't it?
Yeah, it's not going to be a nice one, I don't think.
Tiny133 says, follow me on golf, 600 quid at the weekend. Honeysuckle is my hero, says Craig. And horses have never been my bag, says Tiny.
I think we need to get Stu some sort of betting feature with fans bet. That'd be nice.
Quite close from Dowell. I'm a little bit behind you guys, so I only just seen Dowell.
You are very behind.
Dowell's chance. But
I can't rewind. That's a bit annoying. But there you go.
Yeah, that's gonna be a frustration tonight.
That's all right. I'll do comms. Here
might be a job
this
on
could
you
be
tonight,
fun.
Harvey, in terms of.
I think I'm slightly behind Joe, so Joe might have.
Oh, come on then. I'll have a go at it. If anything happens, I'll jump in. Go
the
full
main
Chris
question is
Doran.
who's going to be able to record the goals, because Red
Not
Button doesn't allow replays.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the Red Button. Sky Sports Red Button doesn't do replays.
Nightmare.
Yeah, in terms
Real
of recording.
spanner in the works.
Yeah, might have to be a you job, Harvey, tonight, but we'll see. With iPhone, it actually lets you rewind.
We've only got one score prediction in the chat, lads. Get your prediction in. Let's hear what you're thinking. Scorers as well, if you fancy it. Whatever. If you're new here, first time watching us, welcome for a start. But please hit that subscribe button if you like what you're seeing and hearing. That would be great.
I do like Ollie's comment tonight. The 1-0 Pukki pen.
Yeah.
I do like that.
It would be typical if we don't actually break them down and we win it through a penalty. That would be like probably a typical performance against this Houghton team, to be fair.
You can see already there that the game plan's clear, that it will be Norwich with at least 70% of the ball tonight, and it will just be Forest counter-attack.
Yeah.
But that probably suits Norwich, without Wendy. You don't really want it to be fire with fire, do you?
No thanks. No thanks. I wonder if say we're 1-0 up at half time, I wonder if they'll come out anymore.
Dow's all over the shop here, isn't he, in terms of movement? Just whipped one in from what I've seen. But after 8 wins in a row, you're there to be shot at, really, aren't you? To be fair.
Yeah.
You've done incredibly to get to this stage now. You probably only need 4 wins from the last 10. That gets you to 91. That gets you into the top 2, doesn't it? There's no one. I think everyone else can.
Corner in. Dow puts the corner in. Grant Hanley up with the header. It's cleared. That's throwing me off. I was going to reply to what you just said, Jacob.
They say Grant Hanley. Do you say Grant Hanley's headed the ball over? That doesn't put it on target. For a man who, with his physique.
Opportunity here for Nottingham Forest, though, who take it away on the right-hand side. But he's been held up really well by Norwich, who sent it out for a Norwich throw, really well marshalled out there. Couple of predictions are now in the chat. Craig says 2-1 Norwich, which is...
Mason, 3-0 Forest.
3-0 Forest. I want to know where Alex...
He's a Liverpool lad, so he needs something to cheer him up at the minute.
I was going to say, yeah.
Who's the Forest bloke that joined us a couple of weeks ago to say how shit Norwich were being a Forest fan?
I hope he comes back, old Alex Myton. Yeah, that was
I enjoyed
a good little chat, wasn't it? Yeah, especially you're probably going to stay quiet until... I bet you if Forest go 1-0 up, but he'll be very quickly in this chat.
To be fair, it's probably a school night now. It wasn't before. Probably is now.
Kind of a lacklustre first 5 minutes, or for me, probably about 25 minutes of the game.
It's nearly half time.
Yeah.
If you are watching along at the moment, I am currently on 6 minutes 30. I don't know how Joe is.
Same. Me and Harvey are the same. It's good.
I'm only 35 seconds behind. That's fine.
35 seconds behind. Man.
35 seconds.
That's very odd, isn't it? How mine on the telly is different to yours on... I'm guessing you're on the computer, Joe?
No, I'm on the Xbox app.
Okay, what? Very odd.
Now TV, Xbox app. Through Sky, through them. So I don't know. You would have thought mine would be delayed, if anything.
And probably everyone else is on about 10 minutes 25. That's what you get there, Dust. Nice, up to date.
Fancy a clean sheet tonight, Jacob? I mean, I know your predictions was for a clean sheet, but in all seriousness, do you fancy a clean sheet?
Yeah, I think so, because it's just... I back the defence a lot more this year than the attacking lineup, and especially about Buendia, which you would never really say about Daniel Farke's side, would you? But yeah, I don't really look at this Forest side, apart from Grabbard, who will score an opportunity if you give him one. We look at it and say there's a major threat, especially about knockout. Sammy Amiobi on his day. They've got too many on their day players, haven't they?
Yeah.
Good turn from
Nice turn from Rip on the edge of the box there, but just doesn't know what to do afterwards.
It's just That's why it would have been quite nice to have Emmy
struck right in
down
the
like
face.
that.
Aaron blasts one right into the Forest defender.
What's that? Corner? Norwich corner?
Yeah,
looks like it. Yeah.
A good move so far. But
Should we talk about Watford moving up in second, Jacob, or Harvey, whatever?
8 wins from 9 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Watford, and you think they're the ones, aren't they?
I can't
Probably
believe
now.
Bournemouth. 3-0.
Yeah, against Swansea, they've kind of they seem to have lost their way, haven't they? We've said all along, no matter what Swansea have done, even after beating us 2-0, they just don't have the goals. They don't have that forward. If they had Teemu Pukki in that side, they'd probably go up. But and the irony is, we've actually got a better defensive stats this year now than Swansea, which is funny considering they were so highly rated. The wheels would come off for them. They have enough of squad depth. It looks like Watford or Brentford. Brentford do have bottle job capabilities. They've done it the last, 2-3 seasons. They even bottle the playoffs.
Goal. Teemu Pukki hits it across the keeper from about
great strike.
16 yards, I'm going to go. He's done well to finish it.
Get in there! Haven't seen it, but what a goal.
Get your video camera out, Jacob.
I'll get it ready.
I'm just going to wait to see it back through it.
Yeah, leave me black. They're like 30 seconds in front. So.
There wasn't enough, bearing in mind that you were supposed to be our commentator extraordinaire. There wasn't like a Teemu Pukki takes it, let's go! There wasn't enough of that.
Man, full of confidence, can't you?
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. 22 goals for the season. Can he catch Tony? That would be a monumental.
Another chance here. Rip on the edge of the area, lays it back. Ball comes out wide to McLean. Cross, headed away. Yeah, I've got no replays, lads, so no commentary on the goal there. Sorry about that.
Wonderful goal. No, Rupp's just feed it into Pukki, and he's right-hand side of the penalty area, slightly central, and just pings it into the left-hand side of the net. It's a finish of a man who is in complete confidence at the minute. He said that, I don't know if you read the article with Sky Sports, he was saying that at the start of the season he had a few knocks, felt not fully fresh, but now he's on, feeling good, and you can see that he is really, really full of confidence now.
I wonder if once strikers hit 20 goals for the season, big strikers where that's expected of them, like first choice starters, I wonder once they hit the 20 goal milestone, whether they feel a lot less pressure and they will just play a lot more freely anyway. I
feel like it's also, with the run he's on, he probably feels like anything he hits is going to go in.
Yeah.
That goal against Sheffield Wednesday at the weekend, I can't remember the last time I saw Teemu Pukki hit one like that in the top corner.
That was such a good finish. It was a proper FIFA finish. Just think, right, I'll put this top bins. And he absolutely did. It was such a good finish.
It was absolutely magnificent finish. And that's the thing, isn't it? When he's full of confidence, we've had likes of Cameron Jerome before, Grabber and Hooper, who have been good players, but they've just not reached that level for me, where you go every single week, you're gonna get 20 goals from them in every. I know Cameron Jerome
every
did
week
in the Championship, but in the Prem he didn't do it, did he? But with Pukki, the movement is just. I think he's the best forward I've seen at Norwich.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we don't even need to discuss it. Shout out for Grant Holt, but Puki's different gravy. Technically, he's just.
I did love Grant Holt. Grant Holt was a fantastic.
But it was his brute force, wasn't it? There was a lot of good things in his game, but his main attribute was
he was a bully on the pitch, wasn't he? He was a bit of a better Hugo. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
In terms of absolutely iconic. I grew up watching Grant Holt. He was brilliant, but this lad is different gravy to Pukki. He's Premier League quality, without a doubt, no?
Yeah, absolutely. He's not. He's getting older, but he's not at an age where we think, right, we need to get rid of him or move him on or anything. I think he will be good for another couple of seasons, don't you? At least.
Oh, he's 31 on the 29th.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really look any slower than a couple of years ago.
He doesn't.
So I would say, and it just depends on how much all of these games he's played in the last 3 seasons for us.
Shot 2-0. Is that
Come
Dow?
on!
Kieran Dow from absolutely
Well,
miles away,
Well,
left foot.
he's popped up. We always say that.
Was it a worldie? Was it a
It's
worldie?
either a worldie
Yeah.
or nothing, and he's got himself a nice worldie.
Get in there! Come on! We said he was in good form.
I'd love to see it again, but unfortunately I can't.
Well, if you look at our Twitter feed, I'll be 2 seconds because I'm about to record it.
Can't say that. Well, apparently he's got a worldie. He has got a worldie, and lovely shot from outside the box. That's a beautiful layoff from Rupp there. Really nice. Sets it up really nice with this little bounce and just an absolute rocket into the bow.
To be honest with you.
What
It's
a
good, it's
finish.
great.
Combo.
Another chance
What a
here.
finish. 2-0. Comfortable. 2-0 in 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's already
Well,
straight back
God,
over.
it's feeling fine.
That was
I got
lasting.
promotion
Bird
on
on
my
my
mind.
mind.
Parker's taking us up like he said he would. What a finish. What a goal. Give us the championship, boys. Come on.
Hand it over.
We've been
My
very
prediction looks pretty dumb, doesn't it?
we've
We
been
want
pretty
to
slow,
save
haven't
that.
we, in terms of kind of trying to
Another chance. Keeper saves.
over the promotion hype.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
thinking, okay, we're nearly there. We just need to be careful. We're up. It's done.
that corner. You would have thought bloody Buendia would have taken that because it again didn't hit the first man. But
Up now? Promoted? This done?
Yeah.
yeah, I reckon so.
I don't want to say it just because we shouldn't, but yeah.
Will Mason says, "Please delete my earlier comments." We all remember them.
I'll tell you what I've really enjoyed about this Norwich performance is we've capitalised on Forest being very sluggish, very shit. You know?
Harry in the comments, where's that Forest fan? Bet you he's quiet now.
Yeah.
Harry,
Spot on, Harry. Spot on. He will not be
Your
Norwich today.
camera's gone, Joe.
Has it? Can I do anything about that?
You tell me. It's your camera. There we go.
Back? Cool.
A couple of comments. I completely missed these. Tommy Cook says you're behind. Okay.
We usually
Sorry
are.
about that. Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy. It's one of those things
Latency's
today
really
where red button links just pretend that we're in the moment. We're slightly behind the moment.
Join us rather.
Yeah,
than
you'll be
you go
excited
ahead.
when we see it.
Kerwin loves shit rather, says Johnson Howard. What a finish, says Tommy Cook. Might as well cash in on Emi Buendia, says Craig. Come on, Dowell. Class, says Harry. Cracking goal. Get in there, says Ollie. Will Mason says, please delete my other earlier comments.
It's a good thing I know Craig, isn't it? Because I know he's joking. Could you imagine if we didn't know that and saying
Going into
cash in
the
on
Prem.
Emi? Kieran Dowell's world class. Yeah, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. I tell you what, I would love to see Danel Sanani.
Yeah, innit?
Inside.
I never
And
got one.
DC36 says the floodgates could open. Do you reckon this is a 9-0 Southampton special then?
I would love to
Against
be. I
Houghton.
I
Oh,
don't think it's
please.
going to happen, but I would love, absolutely love, for us to win 4-5-0 tonight and batter him just for all that pain that he put us through. He's not a bad guy.
Chance for Forest from the corner there is headed wide, but a good chance. Probably should have been on target.
Yeah.
Harry says, in his last game, I thought Dow was going to score. He is on great form.
Yeah, he dragged that shot wide, didn't he? Sort of near post. And
Against
No, it
Stern
wasn't a
Sheffield
great
Wednesday,
shot.
he was fast. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant.
Was he?
Kieran Dowell. No, yeah, he was superb. He looked. You remember Reading Away? Do you remember Reading Away, that cameo, Joe, where we got excited with it?
yeah.
Well, you know what? This is a guy who's actually on a really strong level if he gets that consistency. And he was very good. He just needs that consistent level because, Forest should score there. Yates with a header.
Yeah,
I tell you what.
Free
Isn't
header.
that?
Free header.
But,
what was I going to say?
well, we said it. We said it how many times since he's been here. Normally, he'll go and score a worldie like that and then do nothing. The bit is now to go and do and follow it up. And
Yes,
that
please.
10th position,
Lazy
there's-
boy, thank you for subscribing. By the way.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Is it-
Go on, Joe.
On Dow still, don't worry. When was the last time you started a game? Can you remember?
God, no, well, not since the very start of the season.
Is it Luton in the Cup, first day?
I honestly can't remember if he started in the league. I think he got that ankle injury though, didn't he? Let's be
Yeah.
go to that. happened. He got an ankle injury, and since then he's been out for it's until 2021, and then he's just been in and around it, kind of drip fed. And like we were saying, after Lucas Rook played okay against Cardiff, this is what he wants. Sorry, against Sheffield Wednesday, this is what his position. He doesn't want a Vrancic in there who's a number 8. He doesn't want a Lucas Rook who's a number 8 in that number 10 role. He wants to be the man, because how demoralising must that be? To have someone in your position who's not actually that player.
He's got the number 10 as well, of course, hasn't he?
Well, yeah. And let's be fair, he's probably come here with Webber and Farke saying Stiepermann had a poor year. Andre Duda is not going to sign on for a championship side. Yeah. This is actually your opportunity, Kieran.
To we'd hear again, bloody hell.
Andre Duda,
some nutmeg, and Cantwell with an attempted roulette, but he's hacked down.
I tell you what,
pretty close to the edge of the area.
It's easy to take for granted, this football, isn't it? But this is an actual joy to watch. This is pure dominance at its finest.
DC36 in the chat with Watford Boxing Day. Last time Dowell had a start in the league. Cheers, DC. That is a long time ago, to be fair. Actually, what is it, 3 months ago? Yeah,
I think that was a disappointing 1-0 loss, wasn't it? And again, there's been a few times where he's been moving, hasn't he? And moving and kind of taking the space and the little flicks, and they've just not come off. But you see the qualities there, and it's just been so frustrating to be able to, for it to click all together. And you can see the talents there. Look at that strike, crying out loud. It's a quality finish.
But then he's literally just put a cross in and straight into the keeper's hand. So it's going to be a bit give and take with him, isn't it?
But to be fair, let's be honest. Okay, this is his first start, as DC saying, since Boxing Day. Yeah. So it's gonna take time. And with a number 10, you can allow yourself to have that inconsistency. Look, he gives the ball away like Hemi does. But if he gives you more positives than negatives, then it's a brilliant deal.
I haven't had a chance to talk about that tackle from Emi Buendia at the weekend yet, but that was it was arousing. I'm not going to lie, it was gorgeous. Like, how many number 10s do you see do that, especially after they've spooned a free kick? Like, normally Emi's hands would be up in the air at that point, but no, he just bang, have that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just hadn't had a chance to get it off my chest yet.
A couple of comments. Will Mason says, refreshing to hear someone talk about football who's as passionate as Jacob. It's great. Well, if you like it, subscribe, give us a like.
I don't know if Joe and Harvey believe that, because it is constant. It's not when the cameras are on.
It is all he thinks. It's all that goes through his head. Nothing else. Maybe tweets.
It's nice when you tune into a live and you just hear that passion and you're like, yeah, that guy. And then it's like, my phone's going off every 2 minutes, just going like, Jacob, I don't care about the interworkings of League 4. Tommy Cook says ref needs to get the cards out. Get the cards out.
Probably right, Tommy.
And then there's a bit of a chat war saying, Will Mason pipe down. Agreed, Will Mason. And then Johnson Howard says, can we see your tackle, Hinchy, with... and...
With the emoji as well. Have you seen it?
That's brilliant.
I don't think we'll ever get monetized if I do that. But perhaps when we do. Maybe when we do.
Fast track to never appearing on a YouTube live again.
Yeah. Can you blur it? Is that...
If he's saying it would be
like live blur.
Live blur. Yeah. I'm not actually doing it.
You'd be like that Newcastle fan. Windmill in the FA Cup.
On the stairwell.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for Will who said I'm that passionate. I would never be to that extreme, but no, it's also so nice.
Pipe down.
Pipe down, Macy.
Good to see the chat's moderating itself.
Yeah, we need one of them actually. Stu said he'd do it earlier. But I don't know, what does it actually involve? Like, do they just sit there and watch the chat?
Well, they just have the same privilege as we do, and if someone's being a dick in the chat, they just go ban, and that's it.
But you know what? We welcome all here. Yeah, we've got people who will follow us on Twitter. We'll see Canary Steve pop up every now and again. I live for Canary Steve. If we have more Canary Steves, bring it on. Who kind of question and bot everything, because it's brilliant. I find it hilarious. I really
enjoy to see someone who's quite clearly an Ipswich fan masquerade as a Norwich fan, just to rile just funny, people up.
Sometimes it goes.
He's so prolific.
Yeah.
Forest ball into the box. Gibson deals with it. Headers over the bar. Forest corner. Good header.
That's it. It's what first 23 minutes now, it's been just a real joy to watch. I think you take for granted when you're in this league, and that we are so dominant. That when you look at Forest, they're a big club, and they're struggling and just rotting in lower league. And you think, well, this football is crap, isn't it? It's crap. It's enjoyable. It's so unenjoyable to watch.
Classic Chris Hughton football, isn't it? It's just
exactly. It's try and get it into the big man.
Ball in
try and
from
get
the
your crosses
corner.
in, and it's meh.
Norwich goal kick.
But Norwich have just shown again. I think this is what's been impressive in the last if this is the 9th win in a row now, it would be that in the last 9 games, actually in each part of those games, we've shown that we're a dominant side. It's not been like it was earlier on in the season where we were like, we're very much scratching over the little kind of, plasters over massive gaping holes here. It's actually deserving and dominant.
I know the defence is much better and we're much better organised these days, but just forget about that. Don't forget about it. Factor it into your answer. But when we went up before, we dominated the league, right? But we go up, we had an all right start. It was enjoyable. And then capitulation, and let's face it, we were the worst team in that league by far. Is it going to be different this time? Because we're great in this league. We've been brilliant for months. I'm not trying to take anything away from the team or Daniel Farker or anything like that. But is it going to be the same again in the Prem if and when it happens?
2 years ago was swashbuckling, and it was actually a one-off because you say we dominated that league. The amount of 3-2s, 4-3s, 3-1s, we outscored teams, didn't we? If you score 1, we'll go and score 3, which was so enjoyable to watch. But yeah, when you step up, it's not you're not going to be able to continue that, unfortunately. And we saw we weren't that far out of games, but good God, we were open in the Prem, weren't we? It was an accident waiting to happen every time we attacked because of the fullbacks and everything. This year it's so professional, and it's because this squad is actually better than the Premier League squad we had in terms of the squad kind of filling. We've got more options, and look at the 15 injuries we had. We're still competing for points with those injuries. We do need a few more. You need another centre back. You need another forward.
A few. I reckon we need 4 or 5, to be honest with you.
Yeah, which is a few, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, take that show. Fuck you.
And depends if you need. Yeah, get back in your box.
We've got a couple of comments. Harry9471 says, would be great to get a few more goals in. We can concede Forest, or can't concede against Forest, rather. Will Mason said he had a season ticket at Ipswich in 2001 to 2002. Excellent year.
True.
Someone ban this guy. Nalabala TV says, just worried we will not be able to compete physically in the Premier League. Good point. But I think a bit more squad depth would probably.
Well, this is actually interesting that he said that, because we've been. This is what all the recruits have had. Hugo, Gibson, Skip, you'd say, physically are all improvements on their replacements.
Janulis.
In terms of Godfrey, Janulis is even more physically capable than Lewis.
Maybe.
But in terms of those 3, I'd say mainly, even Dowell is tall, maybe not physically imposing. We brought people in actually for physicality. I'd say even Lucas Rook, in terms of going up and down the pitch, is better in terms of his engine than people who he has replaced.
Franchich,
Or Pukki, unlucky there. I know I'm about 10 years wide. But,
Will Mason says that his season ticket at Ipswich was for reconnaissance. James Carroll says,
still not good enough.
Good to see a 100% return on investment and visiting numbers from last time. And we did get a donation from Johnson Howard, who donated £5. We do really appreciate it, and if you do like us,
thank you very much.
Cheers, Bunsey, top man.
To do that, you don't have to donate, but when you do, we really appreciate it. Who then says, donate a £5, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. And Nalabala TV says, we need a 6 foot, 14 stone centre midfielder like every other team.
Yeah, no, you could. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think if you had Franchich, you had legs, you'd probably have that and a bit more physicality. I think if you keep Ollie Skip though, then that would be exquisite, wouldn't it? I think that he's the one you want to keep. I don't know if you do. I think it's
Well, rumours are that they've gone back for him. So
I've got a slight problem with this.
Go on.
I don't have any problem with us getting Skip back in, obviously. That's not my issue here. I'd love to have him back for another year. But everyone seems to be more confident that we'd be able to either loan him back or even buy him. Which,
You won't be able to buy him.
No.
Buying out the equation.
People seem to think we're more likely to now get him back on loan because it's more obvious we're going up, I guess. But nothing's changed. Like, he's still a Spurs player. He's probably good enough to get at least in their 16. I just really can't see it happening. And just because it's now more likely that we're going to go up, that doesn't change anything for me.
But of course it changes. We're going up to the Premier League.
But we're going up anyway. But doesn't matter.
If it was in the plan for Ollie Skip to go to a championship side, probably who's going
chance for Pukki, left foot, wide. Go on, Harvey.
Like, is competing in the playoffs. That was sort of the Norwich expectation, to be sort of in the playoffs and maybe challenge for the title. And then the following year go to sort of a Crystal Palace adjacent sort of side, sort of a mid-table side from Spurs. Then what's the difference if the plan is still the same? It's not a case of the plan is always going to be a championship straight into the first team.
But what if
I couldn't agree more with you, Harvey. That's exactly what we need. Whilst incredible at this level and has shown that, he's not proven in the Premier League. So why don't you have that stopgap? That's a good chance for Pukki. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lovely little ball from Todd through to Pukki. He just kind of sliced it on his left foot. It's kind of hit the side netting, and I think he'll be quite disappointed with that. He hasn't slotted it. He's actually gone with more power. But no, in general, in terms of Skip, I think he could probably do with one more year. In terms of what he'll be at Spurs, he's a squad rotation player. And he would have been that. Yes, he would have been that this year, Joe. You are right in that regard. But he didn't want to be that. That's why he went out on loan. It was his choice to go out on loan. So for me, if you're looking at him and saying, what do you want to do next year, Ollie? Do you want to be a Champions League, Europa League rotation player again? Or do you want to push for the first team? Or do you want, again, 38 games in the Premier League and try and keep the club up who have, not made you, but given you a massive opportunity?
So
a couple more.
We're relying on Jose not.
Oh, go on.
It's okay.
A couple more comments.
Go on.
Go on, seriously.
Go on, you go.
Okay. What's
Couple more comments. Will Mason says, genuine question: would you sell Pukki in the summer to raise funds for a UK bagsman in the mould of Watkins or Adams? What do you think, lads, on that one?
No, it's just too much of an outlay when Pukki's probably good enough anyway.
Sorry, go on, say again. Let me so I answer it properly.
Would you sell Teemu Pukki in the summer to raise funds for a UK's bagsman in the mould of Watkins or Adams?
Oh, okay. So, no, because what you need with Pukki is just suitable alternative Pukki. No one matches. Watkins is a hard worker. Yeah, very good. Doesn't match Pukki's movement. And Shea Adams whilst Daniel Farker very much likes him again, would be very similar alongside Pukki, but too much money. So you just need someone similar to him to help support that follow through, because again, in the summer, Teemu Pukki is going to be playing in the Euros and playing every game for Finland, no matter if that's 3 or I don't think they'll get out of the group stage, to be honest. But again, he doesn't switch off really, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's the foot injury I know he played on with it for a long time, but that must have been the last time he had a proper rest.
Yeah, he hasn't. Well, again, this year has been very full on for him, and it has been for the last 3 seasons he's been with us. And as a 31-year-old, more aging forward, you just want to manage that game time, because we saw last year, when you rely on him to try and be the main man with an injury, an obvious injury, it knocked his confidence and took him probably
a year. Let's be honest.
At least. Well, first 8 games in the championship, he got 2 goals. So it took time for that to go again. I don't want to kind of tarnish his record with us with the issue of overplaying.
50 goals in the championship now he's got. It's ridiculous.
51 now.
51 even.
I'm just going to rattle through some more of these comments. Chris Rosedale says, is there any players you would take to Norwich from clubs in the relegation zone or to the Premiership to potentially stay up? Let's get a quick one-word answer on both of them. If one player on the relegated side.
The Chelsea loanee at Sheffield United, Jacob, who is it?
Ampadu.
Ampadu.
He's been poor. For me, I'd take John Lundstrom. There was was it
Free transfer.
Nalabala TV was saying about the midfielder. I think he adds a bit more physicality and a bit of an engine. And yeah, as Joe was saying, free transfer. If you're asking for one.
Harry is in the chat saying, I want Brighton to go down, but if they stay up, that would be a good game. I think Brighton and Norwich are, I would say, incomparable sort of sizes, so it would be good to see both of them in there. Nalabala TV
Yes,
says,
but they spent a lot of money.
Yeah. Nalabala TV says, if I could put Tete in a time machine to when his knees works, that's the sort of physicality I want. No surprise.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Kept us in Houghton's team. Tommy Cook
Imagine.
go on.
So I was going to say, imagine Tete with Ollie Skip's physicality and movement and running up and down the pitch. Imagine that. That would be the ultimate midfielder, I think. Next one. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Tommy Cook says Nottingham Forest, these lads.
Hang on, chance here. Kenny McLean, good save from the keeper. 1-on-1, probably should have scored that. Sorry, Hubby.
No worries. James Green says 100 points incoming. Bold. Won't be Skip's decision. Won't be Skip's decision, says Nalabala TV. James Kerr says Harvey.
Exactly.
No, I disagree with that because it was his. You've seen, if you look at any Jose interview, he said he didn't want him to go. And again, in January.
Fair. I'm not
that is Skip's decision, no?
Who's
they'll have the conversation.
Mourinho,
but Jacob, if he says, lads, I know I could play Europa League next season, but I want to play every week in the Premier League. If I go to Norwich, I know I'll do that. It's pretty much guaranteed.
Can we just talk about
if they turn around and no, then he won't go. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just going to talk about that before I school you on that point. Before that movement from Todd and Rook for that Kenny McLean charge was excellent. And
it was.
Fast flowing football. McLean has to score. It's a good save from Smith, but he's central of the goal, 8 yards out, and has to score. Ooh, really should score. But yeah, no, lovely movement. Back to Skip, it will be a conversation with Jose, and all he'll want to know is if he's going to be more than a bit part player and a bit part kind of every now and again, and he has a good chance to play. He will say, if I'm not getting 25 to 40 games this season, I'll go elsewhere, and that'll be nice.
I'd love him to. I think it's the obvious choice.
In all of that, I do think Spurs will keep him because I think they'll want him. But I do think Skip will have to say because this year he has, and he's a clever lad. He knows what is good for his development.
Is he a Spurs fan? Do we know that?
He is. Yeah. So he is born and bred. He's like Harry Kane, for example.
The difference is he's never going to be the sort of I loved it at Norwich, so I moved there. It's very clearly a stepping stone. He's a talent. He's not going to be at Norwich forever. But is it conceivable that Mourinho says to him, look, one more season, and I'll put you in the first team on a regular basis?
That's what I think.
Premier League level.
That's what I think you could maybe get.
Surely that's
Ollie Skip saying, "I want to prove myself."
Is he even going to be there, Mourinho? Next summer.
People sort of he did. Well, they looked like they were going to be a title challenger, but that was never the plan. It was just to get them silverware. The fact that they were even in the conversation for the title at any point in the season, I think, means he's doing a good job. I know Spurs fans will disagree with me there. There's a couple of more comments. James Cohen says, "How's your hard drive now?" with a nail through it. Harry says, "Take McGoldrick." Good shout. James Carroll, who did donate £5 saying, "Remember this when I do your IPO." Says, Harvey, would you like to come out on the piss with us? Like,
yes.
Lads, there's a fucking lockdown. I can't go on the piss with anybody, let alone you guys.
Harvey's good to go on a night out with, by the way. Very good. We've done that a couple of times, and he's one of those that slowly gets into the night, judges everybody, but when he has a few drinks going, he does have a good old rum.
I just wait. I'm easily about 2 or 3 drinks behind everyone else, and I just watch the night unfold, and I'm just like, I'll remember this, but you
Can
won't.
I get that on anyone?
That is creepy, I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's why my hard
drive.
That
question about the hard drive?
I nailed through it. I think people are really getting the measure of me really well because Tommy Cook says, "Hi, which F1 team do you support?" I like Aston Martin F1. I think they've got a good team. I like the nonce cars. What can I say? Nabala TV says, "I would like to go somewhere else." Then Josie says, "Sit down, son. You're on the plane to Slavia Prague." That wouldn't be great for his development Norwich would be great for his development. So.
No, it is true. I do think he's. It looks like it would be perfect for him to go into a team where he's just going to play. He will play 38 games next year if he's fit. There's no word of a lie. And that's the guarantee. If he can get similar time with Spurs, then he'll stay there. But it would be ideal to have him back without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean it would make me so much more confident. Because otherwise, you're going to have to go out and spend 10 mil.
That's interesting. Do you think we'll break? I'd like to know in the comments as well. Do you think we'll break a 10 million transfer fee for anyone in the summer?
If my personal opinion, if we sell Max, yes.
What are you selling Max for as well?
35.
Money.
What, 30 rising to 35 or 35?
As long as there's plenty of room for England add-ons and a sell-on clause, then yeah, 30s.
Or Jamaica.
Or Jamaica, yeah. But I think that would be a poor decision at this stage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, he'll be looking at England, that's without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt.
Well then, Skippy, put him on his arse. Free kick. That looked all right to me. Forest free kick just over the halfway line. If you're just joining us, 38 minutes gone. Norwich 2-0 up here at Forest. Very quick start. I think it was 2-0 in 13 minutes. Pukki first, and then Dow with a bit of a thunder bastard from what I can remember, but I have only seen it once.
Nice.
If you go on the CanaryCast Twitter, Joe, you'll be able to see it again. It's
good plug.
Somehow popped up on there.
And here's another plug. If you are watching and you are enjoying it and you would like to know what I'm like on a night out, give this video a like. We do really appreciate it.
Yes, please.
I think I'm... Go on, sorry, Joe.
Nothing important, mate. I was going to say it'd be nice to see this lead out till half time.
Yeah, to be fair, it's been quite funny actually. We've barely talked about the game. Because it's been so comfortable for Norwich. First 15 minutes, like we said, we scored in the first 13 minutes, had another chance with Kenny McLean, and we've just been so comfortable. Forest have been very very mid-table, lower table Championship side, and we've just looked very dominant at the minute. Forest probably having more of the ball, aren't they? Trying to chance to go in 2-1 before half time. But no, at the minute, Norwich just a very professional, solid job. I was very surprised by the fast start, but I'm very happy with it, especially considering Forest have had an extra day's rest as well and less travel.
I mean, we spoke before, Andrew, and we said it even pre-match on camera when we were saying like Houghton will just sit there. It's going to be really scrappy, break down, and it hasn't been that at all, has it? Really?
No, they sat back first 13, but we've cut through them like a knife through butter, which has been lovely. You know, I think it's the same with Jose at a very top level. Chris Houghton's sit-back mentality requires very good Championship players to be able to and just that structure, which is quite clear in this side. There isn't much. It's quite crap. Like it's very. I would say this is a lot poorer than what Sheffield Wednesday were against us.
Especially without Knockout as well, because although Amiobi has his moments, it's just not the same level as
moments, isn't it? Like we're saying, they've got moments players with
like Dow.
Well, but I tell you what, it's kind of nice to have a pitch where you can see more grass than mud.
Yeah, it looks a bit
slightly churned, but not too bad. Like it looks like a good quality football pitch, which we haven't had for the last few weeks travelling away.
Yeah. What's your picture like? Because mine's like, it's awful.
It's not too bad ours currently, but no, the quality of Red Buttons is not good.
Bearing in mind, I'm streaming, running the game, and everything else. I think my internet is really struggling at the moment.
Chance for Pukki near post, falls to Cantwell instead. Cantwell on the edge of the box, twisting and turning, ball in from Yanulis, cut back to Rupp, edge of the area, smashes it against Figueroa's face. Kenny McLean, recycling possession.
Hitting the face twice now, isn't he?
Norwich.
Kieran Dow's been very impressive so far, which is
fucking Michael Barrymore in the comments. Look.
There's a couple of good comments that I don't even know if I want to read it, to be honest.
Go through the ones you can go through, Harvey.
If not, I assume this is into would you like to come out on the piss with us? If not, an inquest into where the monies have gone. I think it might be hiding the truth on the Rochdale Angels. I'm just going to say no comment. Nabala TV says, no to the 10 mil. It's not our way, but expensive loans, possibly. DC36 says
Yeah.
£30 million plus add-ons minimum for Aaron's. I think you'll be lucky.
No,
I think, Harvey.
hang on
I
with
think
that.
you would be lucky.
Minimum.
I think you'd be lucky.
Why is that?
I don't think it depends on his what national teams he picks.
He's going to be English. So go for
All in
England.
from Dowell. Oh, Hadley's missed a sitter. He's offside anyway.
He knew the. I tell you what, for a man who's, like we say, a million times, whose physicality and the amount he wins in the air, he can't head for shit, can he?
With his foot this time, Dave. It's even worse, mate. Yeah, he absolutely blazes it over from the 6-yard box. But offside.
That is a sitter. Messi might be available, says Nalabala TV.
Buendia, Messi.
Could you imagine?
I
know.
Don't need him.
God.
James Cohen says, good to see Michael Barrymore getting his name cleared today. It's been a long time coming. All right, mate. Johnson Howard says, justice for Barry.
How's Hanley missed that, by the way?
Yeah, it's shocking.
I know he's offside, but that is a shocking miss. Great ball in. I've been impressed with that.
No, go on, but Jacob,
I've been impressed with Todd and Kieran Dowell today. I think they've both interchanged very nicely, and it's been the best compliment you can say is you don't realise Emi Buendia is not there. Which
yeah.
No, you disagree?
If it was 0-0, we wouldn't be saying that, but because we've scored 2, we feel all right.
Of course we're going to say that. It's a completely different game, man. Of course, yeah.
If we were losing,
that's the compliment of
the
performance. If we were losing, we'd have no points and have -1 on our goal difference.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the performance has been good enough to say, don't you think? We deserve to be 2-0 up, yeah?
Yeah, we do. Forest helped a lot early on.
Fair, I don't know how much of it is Norwich have been a world-class team versus how shit Nottingham Forest are.
Yeah, they definitely have.
No, boys. Norwich have been class.
Where's that guy? That's all I want. I want that guy from the last few streams, the Alex Mighton guy, or the, let's be honest, the football Twitter wannabe. Just giving it large. I want him in the chat today, and I want him to explain himself.
I think I've just got complacent with how good we are, and I just think this is a bit
That's
routine
what I mean,
now.
And that's what I encourage anyone who's watching Norwich. You know, in this, Pukki looks so hungry, by the way, doesn't he? He looks really hungry. And that's probably quite a good thing that he's got to be chasing Tony down.
Yeah.
Because he's got a target, until the end of the season, which is, I know obviously promotion is the main one, but let's be fair, that kind of handles itself. He wants to beat Tony, which is...
How many is Tony on now?
27. So Pukki's on 22.
I don't fancy that. No, I don't fancy it.
You'd need Tony to get an injury, wouldn't you? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your record would suggest that you actually back Pukki over Tony.
Yeah, go on, Joe. Joe, if you predict the Tony Pukki resolution, the opposite will happen. So.
Well, I'm going to say Tony will get it then, because.
Sorry, Ivan.
If
you're watching, Ivan. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, it's over now, mate. That Premier League dream's gone now.
You will never score again.
Back in the champ next season, Ivan.
Good luck to you, fella. And Nalabalas TV says he struck it lucky today. Is that in reference to Michael Barrymore?
I think so.
I don't know. We'll see.
Or Kieran Dowell.
That's
right.
I didn't even think of him.
Double celebration. Half time. Whistle's just gone.
Impressive.
Not bad.
Impressive. Forest, yes, whilst crap, you have to take advantage of how crap someone's been, For me, I think Pukki's looked really sharp. Kieran Dowell has been very good in terms of his movement. You can see that he does not want to stay on the right-hand side at all, which is fine. When Deer does exactly the same. And to be fair, to have a strike from range that goes in, I think that was the only thing we've been missing seeing from him. Go on, sorry.
I was just thinking, we've seen a few quick starts this season, especially at Carrow Road normally. We come out in a good first 10-15 minutes, but perhaps miss our chances or don't capitalise on them. Kenny McLean missed a bit of a sitter tonight, but apart from that, we took our chances, didn't we?
No, that's the thing. When the opportunities present themselves to us, like you say, we've been actually really excellent, I would say.
Yeah, lovely job.
And looked like a Premier League side against a lower Championship side, which again is the biggest compliment you can give. And again, like Joe's going to say, it's because we're 2-0 up. It doesn't look like we've not got any idea on the pitch because the fluidity of movement between that front four is excellent. Yeah. Probably helps that Pukki's really in form at the minute, to be fair, because he's driving it, isn't he? When he's driving it from the front, the others seem to follow. But no, excellent.
Maybe this is the progress now. Maybe we are seeing the more complete team and we're not relying on Emmy as much. I know Forest have been terrible. Was certainly first 15 minutes they were crap. But maybe the team is just maturing into a full team now. We don't rely on him so heavily, which would be lovely if it was the case.
Well, yeah, I still worry about that Swansea game where we created nothing, didn't we, without him. And Millwall away, where we created nothing without him. And Middlesbrough when he was sent off, and we created nothing when he was sent off.
Maybe
so in terms of those three kind of case studies, you'd say there's still kind of work to go on. But yeah, you've got to punish. If you play in dross, you've just got to punish them, haven't you? And that's exactly what we've done, which has been enjoyable to watch.
DC36 says, anyone know much about the Paderborn centre-back we've been linked with?
What's his name?
Yes,
Jacob does, because Jacob knows about everything.
Thank you, DC, because I looked at this rumour the other day, and I have researched. I've just forgot his name. I'm just going to go down on my computer. It is Sebastian Shinolu, I'm going to say his second name is, or Shinolau, either way. So he's from Paderborn, 26 years old, centre-back. When they were in the Bundesliga, they were quite poor, Paderborn, probably similar to what Norwich were. Went up a couple of times and then got a little bit battered in the Bundesliga quite a few times. But they like to play out from the back. So, and he had best pass success rate for him. I think it was like 91%. Best tackle success rate. The only thing that they've questioned about him is his physicality, which we've seen quite a few times in the Bundesliga, haven't we?
Okay.
Bundesliga sides in terms of how can they adapt, which we've seen, with Vrancic, seen with Sabeni, seen with Tribal, Zimmerman, a lot of German sides or German players from German sides. It do take a little bit of time, but for a free transfer, could be a bargain for a fourth choice centre back. I wouldn't say he's
that is what he's going to be. He's going to be a sort of a backup to the backup.
That's what I would look at him as. Maybe they see him as the first choice, but this is the problem, isn't it? What you want this year is not cover. You want the best. So obviously you're going to get Gibson if we go up.
Yeah.
I think you need a similar level of quality of Gibson, a lot, to be able to push that team now. Because for me, Zimmerman is not Premier League quality. Gibson and Hanley are good, but I don't want to rely on them for a whole season.
True. What sort of a mould of centre back is he? Like
quite a cultured player,
Yeah.
Very cult.
Are we going Hanley adjacent or Gibson adjacent? That's the
that's what I was trying to think of. Less physical than those. I'm trying maybe like a Jacob Sorensen, but a centre back. But then you could argue Jacob Sorensen plays centre back. So yeah, ball playing centre half, and just a question about the physicality. Haven't seen him enough to be able to question how quick he is, but he played well in the Bundesliga and is kind of eking out the contract now to be able to look at probably Bundesliga, Premier League. But it does look like a player who fits into our profile without a shadow of a doubt.
Fair enough. Well, decent
question.
Yeah. DC, is that good enough of an answer for you?
If not, I could research more.
Yeah. we might come out with a video, but I think it's a bit premature for these links to be sort of fleshed out properly in one of those videos, to be honest. But
and don't you worry, as soon as we hear anything, see anything, we will be on it.
For sure.
And give you as much details as possible about any potential transfers, because that's what we enjoy doing. Certainly, Harvey, I know you enjoy them as well.
Love it.
The rumour mill.
The rumour mill is what I live for. Let's while Joe is gone, I'll do a bit of our sort of partners. I'll go run through them. We're obviously linked with Tops Football, and if you want a random football shirt, we do have a cool code. I believe it's CC20 to get 10% off your order. I think it's about 30 quid. You get a random football shirt. What's not to like? So if that's
quality
your
as well.
deal.
We've all got them, haven't we?
Yeah, I've got one. I think I can't remember what team I got, but it was a really nice Spanish league kit. Really liked it. You've got a few now. You've got a retro kit as well, didn't you?
I got quite a few. Yeah, no, they are good quality, and yeah, like you say, if you fancy getting one, it's just 10% off. Yeah, why not? 30 quid's a bargain, really.
Why not?
And it's quite a nice new aspect to football shirts as well, isn't it? I know you're a fan of doing that.
I love football shirts. I just like getting them. Like loads of weird ones. I don't like, you got a Manchester United kit. I want a kit that you look at and you go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
DC36 says, cheers, lads, for the Paderborn updates. And Norwich City Sentinel says, it's too easy, lads, with a laughing face.
It is.
They've made it easy, to be perfectly honest. Nottingham Forest, they made it, but the quality in that team has been really nice.
I think as well, Harvey, Norwich have made it too easy in a way, with the movement. I think we've just cut through them so well with the movement, obviously. I'm trying to not repeat my words, but with just the whole overall game, I think Janulis has been good, Aarons has been good, keeping the width, and then Dowell and Rupp, to be fair, I'm going to say him, Rupp and Cantwell.
Rupp went a class layoff, an absolute class layoff for the Dowell goal. Nalabala TV says, my mate had a Zanzibar strip. It was lush. I haven't heard Zanzibar since Metal Gear Solid 1.
You want one now, don't you?
Now I'm interested. I'm interested. Where can I get one? Well, Nalabala, if you want a random kit, you know where to go, and you can use our code CC20 for 10% off one. Zanzibar, I'm going to have a look at that.
That has definitely piqued Harvey's interest. I've never heard him so interested in a shirt before. But no, if you are just joining us, it is half time. Norwich City are 2-0 up on Nottingham Forest. It is really nice and comfortable. Pukki with a wonderful goal in the 5th, 6th minute. Right hand side, just outside the penalty area, which is rare for Pukki to hit one from outside the box, into the left hand side of the net. Beautiful finish. And then the second one was Kieran WORLDIE, where he's hit it nice and low. Maybe question marks about the keeper, but we'll leave it as we're a Norwich fan channel and say it's a WORLDIE. And it's all been very bright, very positive so far, without a shadow of a doubt. Really happy. Probably, I'm going to go out there and say best half of football this season.
Ever?
No, because the opposition. No, but it was very good.
That Zanzibar kit is
You are
really
very
nice.
negative this evening, Joseph.
It's Forest. They capitulated in the first 15 minutes. They've gifted it to us a bit. A bit, come on.
What's been our best half of football then, please?
Okay.
Yeah, Joe. Fuck you, Joe.
Bristol away was good, but again, you could say the same thing about opposition.
You know exactly what I'm going to say to that, Joseph. You know what I'm going to say is exactly they were worse than Forest, mate. They gave us the whole of Bristol to be able to score those goals. No, tonight is better than Bristol. Next. I'll challenge your opinion because that is what I
let's while Joe's thinking, let's get a close up. Hang on, let's get. Sport. Tony Bipsman. Tony says, very comfortable tonight with a load of yellow and green hearts.
No, you've given up with the last name. Tony.
Tony says, I ain't on Joe's side. We have dominated them.
Yeah.
No, Tony's
you're losing the support.
I think I'm on my own. I know. I'm getting...
Tony,
no, you have to beat what's in front of you.
I'm more than happy for you to agree with you. And Tony's right. I am right. In terms of this has been our best performance. You look at Twitter, Joe. Don't even look at Twitter.
Actually, Jacob.
Oh, here we go. He's found one. He's peaked up. Come on then. He's perked up.
Answers on a postcard.
Although he didn't score, the second half against Brentford was lovely because we just looked so solid.
The best performance of the season, Joe, is what we're saying. That means goals. That means domination. That doesn't mean defensive solidity. If you want to watch defensive solidity, go watch 2013-14 with bloody Houghton, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or 12-13, actually, because we stayed up that year. But anyway, come on. That was enjoyable. I'm trying to banter you now. But
Stoke? No, not Stoke.
None of this, lads. None of this.
Harvey, best half that you've watched? Try to get you on my side.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. I'd compare it to the excitement of... Well, I'm a bit more of a neutral, and I like the games that are like a bit more equal. So I'm going to say Norwich Man City, because that was a great half, because no one knew what was going on. And before they knew what was going on, no one knew what was going on. So that would be my best.
Just looking at the stats now, sorry to cut in. But let me just go through the Forest stats just to show you how dominant we are. 28% of the ball, 2 shots, 0 on target, 3 corners, that's it. 2 shots inside the box, 0 counter-attacks, 0 counter-attack shots, 0 shots outside the box. 2-0 Norwich, who have had 12 shots, 5 on target, 3 corners, blah, 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 1 counter-attack, 9 shots to Forest's 2 inside the box.
Yeah, no, we've dominated.
Best performance.
Was it not unexpected?
Pardon?
The possession and that, was that not expected?
Yes.
Joe, you're fighting a losing battle.
To be honest, I'm longing it out until the second half.
I
don't know what else to talk about.
We're very dominant. Yeah.
You haven't got one of those like random football players.
We need to get
that went down a treat last time.
Pizza. I can do one of them if you want.
No,
Shall I grab one quick?
What did you think of Kieran Dowell, Lucas Rupp and Todd Cantwell, Joe? I think you'd nipped to the loo before.
It was. I thought it would be more heavily weighted on Cantwell. I thought he would be left to do a lot of it, and it wasn't, which was nice to see. I expected a lot less from Dowell. I won't lie about that. Rupp as well. Same sort. Rupp is all right as a shuttle. We've had this conversation before. It's just that final third, but he has been good. Yeah, it's been shared out. The responsibility of creating has been shared out a lot more between them three than I thought it would.
We're just a Plachetta away from sending Jones to override.
Oh, wow. Could you imagine? Imagine if we see Przemysław Plachetta, Joe will be probably log off.
Yeah, I'll just go. No, I want him to come good. I obviously do. I just can't see it.
But no, I think we've been excellent. I think we've looked like a side that's been completely dominant.
Nalabala TV says, sorry, Joe, I'm with Jacob here. We're a full Man City lookalike. Joe, you've lost popular support. Yeah,
that's fine.
Coup incoming.
I'm completely... And to be fair, I was going to say, Joe, in terms of egos, yours is a lot less than mine, so you can probably take the criticism. But
I'll still sleep tonight. I will still sleep tonight. Whereas
Jacob's going to be thinking about this for weeks. I remember when I took down Joe live.
Best half? What's been the best half? I'm trying to rack my brains. I'll think of the other 40 games we played this year.
Just think of it quick. Come on, lads. Where's this second half? We've got a couple of minutes, maybe?
Lesby Avenue, second half.
Yeah, isn't it?
No, I'm really happy. I think, to be fair, no matter what he's saying there with the Man City thing, it has almost been like that, where we've been the top team, the very, very top team, and just so comfortable. Yeah. Oh, and Barnsley have just scored just before half time, and my bet is coming in so far. Excellent.
It is weird. Pep Guardiola watches us in his spare time, isn't it?
Best mates with Daniel Farker, apparently. That is
not us.
Yeah, no.
Not us as in CanaryCast as in Norwich.
No.
That could be very handy having Pep though. With us.
Yeah,
because I know we had Patrick Roberts, which let's not talk about Patrick Roberts, but there's some good players at City. Maybe Liam Delap. We're looking at forwards. He is scoring
so big lump up top.
Yeah, but he's Rory Delap's. Make you feel old. But he's scored a lot of goals around the 23s level. Don't think he's ready just yet. But maybe in the future, you never know. One for the future, for sure. But no, we've been brilliant, I think, this first half. And I am very, very happy that we are looking to be... How many points would this be clear now?
It'll be 10 again, mate.
10 of Watford. But sorry, I'm looking at third. Just
13. 13, I believe.
13
It'll be Swansea, yeah.
It's borderline unreachable, that. You'd say.
That's incredible, isn't it? That's actually incredible.
A 5-game cushion.
That's wrong. With what? 10 games left? No, 9 games left.
9 left.
9.
So we basically win 4 games and we're promoted.
And you think of all the teams that have to play each other still.
The same.
Yeah. Q Forest's comeback, which Brentford bottled yesterday. They were 2-0 up at half time.
We literally just got underway. Forest kicked off the second half. Oh, slip from Kenny McLean near our corner flag. Amiobi might get a cross in. No, it's all right. Janulis is covered. Good lads. That was good.
But no, we've been, if you just joined us, very good first half. Unfortunately, we haven't had Alex Myton come on because he's gone a bit quiet. because
Someone at him.
Craig.
I don't know where you find him, but yes, do that.
His YouTube handle, Alex Mighton, spelt like the Forest player. Let's try and sniff him out.
Where are you?
He's probably only about 12 years old, but I tell you what,
Yeah.
what can we do with him in
Let's
the
hope
chat?
not.
It's the absolute. Reading 1-0 down as well. I think the thing is, this year, the consistency we've had is just actually been remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like that mentality monster thing Liverpool were on about last season, which is obviously a myth. But it is. We've been there. The second half of the season, we look like the team that have been and done it already, don't we? And of course we are.
Yeah, and that's actually the nice thing, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
So, like you say, we have been there and done it, and it can easily work against you that with the expectations, because every game now we're expecting to win. And let's not forget, 9 wins in a row in the Championship. That's unheard of.
Yeah, it's very good.
No one does that. No one wins 9 in a row in this league. Not at all.
And it'll be really good for this Norwich team to just go in with a bit more Premier League experience overall.
I think Rook's going to swing across in now. Note finds Kenny, who finds Todd.
Do we change mad about Lucas Rook now, Joe?
I'm not going to lose my head and join some sort of society, but yeah, he's a good midfield shuttle, but I don't see as much value in that as.
I think he's been excellent.
He's not been bad. I can't sit here and say he's been bad. He hasn't. He's like uneventful. Do you know what I mean?
I've got to be honest, Joe. I've been disappointed with your lack of
faith,
enthusiasm this evening. Considering and faith in the players who are just 2-0 up and outplaying.
In all honesty, it's because I know next year, if and when we get there, should stop saying that. It's going to be so different. I'm now judging it on that, I think. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I've been guilty of that, especially in the early stage of the season. Enjoy it right now. Enjoy the moment, because yes, it will be tricky next year, but enjoy battering aside. Not just, I know it's only 2-0, not in terms of scoreline, but everything. To have 70% of the ball, let them only have 2 shots at our goal, whilst we have 13. Enjoy that moment.
Enjoying winning a game without Emi Buendia even near the side.
Exactly, Ari. That's a brilliant point. Magnificent. This will be the second time, if it happens. We look good at the moment. As soon as it goes 2-1, we'll all be shitting up. But no, it's been...
Jacob's running a workshop on positivity. It's nice to see.
It's good to see that PR training really did you well.
I tell you what it was. It was the second half against Sheffield Wednesday, because first half it was not PC. PC? PG? No?
PC?
Either or.
It's gone mad.
Yeah, and let's just say that it was not family friendly. But second half completely changed my outlook on it. I just thought, you know what? We have battered Sheffield Wednesday second half. That was one of the most enjoyable games I've watched on an absolute bloody shitty pitch, bloody potato field.
Yeah.
And we had, today again, I was a little bit cautious because I wasn't sure what we were going to see about Buendia, but we've been magnificent, nothing short of magnificent, and I will not take anything other than that.
And here comes Joe saying, but it's just Nottingham Forest.
I'm just gonna take Jacob's therapy and try and enjoy it.
Go with the therapy, bro. Go with the therapy. Enjoy the moment. We've seen 2 worldies tonight. 2 absolutely
This also,
goals.
by the way,
2 nice goals.
By the way, CanaryCast, when we go live, has a 100% win record. Last week, last game we didn't stream. Norwich lost. Now I don't want to say
the first
anything.
half,
Well, they just didn't play well. You know what I mean. I'm just saying, our CanaryCast, the
difference.
We've also only conceded 1 goal since we've been live streaming. Yeah, conceded 1 away at Birmingham.
As Forest flashed one past the post. Weird.
As I say, I have nothing to blame for this.
Craig's in the chat saying, Jake, are you okay? I've never heard you so positive.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's a bit weird, yeah. Who is Jacob? Who is Jacob? Where is Jacob? Where's our Jacob? What have you done?
I've just kind of accepted that, you know what? Even if we bottled, I've just enjoyed this game. I've enjoyed the dominance, and you've just got to revel in this moment, in terms of Norwich. Absolutely, oh Jesus, yeah, that Freeman shot was very good.
Campbell down the
Just
left.
need to enjoy the dominance, because I tell you what, you've got the likes of Swansea fans, Brentford fans, and probably slightly still Watford fans who are shitting themselves. They're too close to anyone else, and they're like, oh god. And I remember that 2 years ago when we had Sheffield United and Leeds. It was like, oh god, hopefully we do get there. But now with the gap, which is sizable, to be very generous to everyone else, it's just enjoyable to watch a team outclass another team time after time again.
It's been thoroughly professional this season. Like it has.
Yeah,
it has.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Linking up really nicely.
I think Giannoulis has been excellent, by the way.
Yeah, covered Kenny a few times where Kenny's in the left back position to cover him, and then he's got back and covered Kenny, which is nice.
Because we could easily go into discussion: is Giannoulis good enough for the Prem? I don't know yet.
No, I don't really know.
I think he will get caught out, but in this league, after a start which we all saw, it was always going to be slightly slower, wasn't it? Because it takes time to adapt. Of course it does. The English league is so different to everywhere else just because of physicality. He's actually taken to it really well.
It took him 3 games until he was sort of, you felt he was contributing, and then he's kicked on ever since. I think in every game.
Currently 11 games, 3 goals conceded. Yeah. And I did the joke last time. He set one of those up for Stoke, where he passed it across his box. So.
That was bad actually.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Good opportunity.
We see that in the Forest. Then we will not be positively vibing, but no, at the minute it's he's been excellent for me.
Vibe check. You got a CanaryCast vibe check, please.
We're just going straight in with the
Forest chance here. They've won the ball. Graben with a pretty open opportunity, crawls out and saved it. Nice save, very good save. Out very quickly.
And that shows the sign of a top class goalkeeper. Nothing.
So alert to the danger, isn't he? So alert.
Exactly. And Premier League class, I think he was so good last season, wasn't he? In terms of compared to how crap we were defensively. Yeah. The saves he made were incredible. I think he's going to be busy. Sorry, Joe.
We've given it away in midfield for a second time there in about 30 seconds, but we've won the ball back. I think it was Kenny on both occasions.
I think Forest have been kicked up the backside a little bit because the press is a little bit more aggressive.
Pukki in the box trying to turn the defender, but it looks like it's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah.
I've just seen that grabbing chance. Lucas Rook, very sloppy. Tackled far too easily by James Garner, who plays it through to the Graben. And in the Prem, that's where you get punished. But fantastic from Krul to smother that chance
for sure.
Straight away.
Like you said, he's had absolutely nothing to do.
No, and he's alert, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he didn't really have anything to do with Sheffield Wednesday, just the goal, and that was about it.
He was never going to. Rhodes was never going to miss that.
No, it was a poor opportunity. But no, when he's on it, and I think he's been a brilliant signing. I think for a free transfer, it's easy to forget, isn't it? That actually he's been as good a value as Pukki. Would you say?
I'd it's hard to measure, isn't it? But yeah. Certainly in the Prem, he was more valuable than Pukki in the Prem.
I just think also, he's so goalkeeping is such a difficult position, isn't it? I think we've taken for granted again. Obviously we had Angus Gunn, but we have had before Tim Krul. We have had poor goalkeepers before. I remember the days of Mark Bunn, for crying out loud. It's like Jesus, and you just look at that goalkeeper, for example, and go, "Oh, don't back in." And the defence don't, do they? You need a strong keeper in your back line, and he is. Ooh, nice little roulette from Todd there. Lovely.
This obviously depends what happens with Nyland, but it'll be interesting to see if Nyland's not going to stay, then it'll be interesting to see how we approach the goalkeeper situation, because if he doesn't stay, we definitely need one. And I don't think it'll be a replacement for Krul, but it'll be interesting to see if they get a Ralph Fearman in again, because Krul reacted brilliantly to that, didn't he? He was just like, "This is my position. You're not again."
I thought that was brilliant. I think that was I said that Ralph Fearman was actually our best signing, ironically, that in the Premier League, because Krul was good in the first season, but did make errors at the start. He did also win us some great points, but I think that Fairman signing pushed him on to not take it for granted, like you say, Joe, because Fairman came in and thought he was going to be first choice. He openly
It's
said
the value
that,
of competition in spaces,
Yeah.
especially up front, because you have to. People will have off days, and they have to be motivated to know that they will lose their place.
And that's why you think with maybe Pukki, that in the Prem, that's what you could do with. Also, he can, with goalkeeper, it's different. He can play every game. But with a Pukki, you just need that alternative to be able to rest him if he's not fully feeling it. You can't rely on him every single week. The tank will run dry eventually.
Nalabala TV says HMS pissed the league. Do you remember on Twitter ages ago there was that like shitstorm with some people putting HMS pissed the league, and some like actual websites were like, this is so disrespectful to the championship. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I do remember. Well, you remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, you've gone too early here, lads. You've peaked." Yeah. But no, we have pissed this league so far.
We have.
You look
if
at
it stays like this,
this is hardcore
GG
easy.
Done keepy ups. We're missing the league, lads. Have you just seen that? I'm probably about 5 years behind. He just done 2 keepy ups and flicked it over a man.
Whilst none of his teammates are trying to find space for the pass. Did you see that as well? They were just stood round him watching.
Come on in.
I think we need to talk about Skip McLean.
Yes, it's very good, isn't it? And Kenny, it's even more noticeable now. Since Janulis has come in, Kenny's a lot more cautious on that left-hand side and covers for him a lot.
I think he's developed his game a tremendous amount, even compared to last season. Kenny McLean, because I was always thinking he's a number 10 fitting in, number 6, number 8. But this year he has really improved. Like defensively, he is, like you're saying, Joe. Like when he was winning the ball a couple of times. Last season he was running on too much, wasn't he? He was leaving Tribal, who usually was, or sometimes Tete, just on his own, and we got counter-attacked. And in the Prem, the speed is so much greater that we got battered, didn't we? Really. On the overturn, but no, this year it helps that you obviously have possession. I'd like to see a game. Actually, to be fair, he's very good against Brentford as well.
Pukki in the box here, very narrow angle, keeper saves.
But no, I think Kenny McLean is in the form of his life.
Yeah, I think he's the best he has been in Norwich.
Yeah,
definitely.
Nalabala TV says Krill is world class.
I think he will probably.
Is he going to go to the Euros?
Yeah, surely. They'll have him just to play penalties.
Yeah,
true. That's a very good point. We should talk about that. He at penalties, I back him over any forward in the world.
What to put what in?
Yeah,
he is really good at penalties. It is almost like his USP. Thankfully, he's good at everything else as well. But
good chance for Pukki that, by the way, Joe. Probably should.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it was a narrow angle, wasn't it? And had 2 defenders chasing him down, but you'd have thought he might try to lift it there, but never mind. I was just thinking, actually, an hour gone now, just shy of an hour. 2-0 up. Is it worth taking someone like Pukki off now and just letting him rest for half hour?
No. Because...
You want another one first?
Well, the game's not won yet. If you're talking, I'd say this is the one where you probably want to leave it till 75, ironically, and then maybe give Hugo the time for the shithouse that was brilliant on Sunday, where he comes on and just causes a scrap straight away. He's brilliant at that.
Yeah,
I really enjoy a player who can do that. And that's something which next season, I'm very interested to see what Jordan Hugo does, because if you are chasing a game, he is probably ideal to bring on just to give yourself an alternative, isn't he?
And the set pieces, yeah.
What do you rate of him this year in terms of what his contribution?
Hugo, you on about?
Yes.
Well, I think this is the problem where when you have a alternative. He is an alternative to Pukki. He's not like the same player. We've said that a lot. I think the main issue with that is that it leaves Teemu Pukki playing a lot of football, which of course he wants to do, but with Finland as well, it will knacker him out. That's half the reason he's knackered, I think, because he doesn't have an alternative. He doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for?
Competition?
He doesn't have a competition of a player in the same mould as him. He just has this alternative in Jordan Hugo, and so he ends up playing loads of minutes, which he probably wants, but he is going to be knackered starter next season, especially after the Euros. Jordan Hugo is very good at at roughing players up, a bit like Grant Holt was. But I just think it would be so much more beneficial to us to have a player in Pukki's mould, so that Pukki can come in and out of the team, and our style doesn't have to change so much. Not, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I completely agree, and that's what I think we've said. I think the funny thing is, me and Harvey have said quite a few times that Hugel is not the same, but an alternative, and you've sometimes said to us that they are similar. Either in terms of, I know he's injured again with the hernia.
Sure.
He needs a year out now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. He's not Premier League quality, without a doubt.
I think that's one of the biggest. Let's be real. There's not a lot of disappointments this season. It's been brilliant, but if we're picking holes, I guess his development would be my. Would it be my main gripe? Probably. I guess if I'm looking for one, but
he's been very unlucky as well, hasn't he? In terms of when he's been injured, everyone else has been injured. When he comes back, everyone else has come back, hasn't he? Yeah. Like if he was fit when Pukki and Hugel were injured, we could have maybe. I just don't know, and maybe he himself doesn't know yet what kind of forward he actually is. Because he's a big lad, but he's got pace, but he doesn't really hold it up very well. His touch is poor.
It's quite one-footed.
But this is the Ollie Skip problem, isn't it? Because
exactly.
You have to send them out because Ollie Skip
wouldn't
be going to, be in contention for the Spurs starting lineup if he wasn't playing at Norwich. He has to go out for pretty much any development. And Nottingham Forest have it nicely in the Norwich half. They're actually retaining a bit more possession than we're used to in this game. Bearing in mind the possession stats are something like 20-odd%.
Norwich are just kind of dealing with this game professionally, aren't they? Forest
Good move from Forest here on the right-hand side, who sends the ball in, grab and doesn't take the chance and it goes out. Oh, no, it doesn't go out. It's cleared nicely for No, Graben still has the ball. I'm totally confused about what's going on. The ball has gotten so scrappy, I don't even know if it's left the field. But Nottingham Forest have it on the right-hand side.
Have you seen that touch from Rupp that gave him the chance to recycle possession yet, Jacob?
No, I think I'm about to. Are you expecting me to get angry at him?
Yeah.
See, for any player that has an appreciation society, he's not very good, is he?
Oh, he's fine.
Oh.
He's fine.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And that epitomises what we've been in this second half, actually. Whilst we're saying professional, we've just let Forest come back into it a little bit too much for my liking.
If Nottingham Forest scored now, it would be a nervy end.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those where 2-0, that's why 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in football, isn't it? That's why it's said all the time. And it's just that Norwich are confident, but just taking, for me, one touch too many currently.
Great.
In that first half, I thought we did really well with that, not taking too many touches.
Low cross from Pukki. Cantwell dragged it wide. I might have got... No, it's gone out for a goal kick. He's properly shanked that one. Unlucky.
Good move.
Yeah, ball in behind. Pukki crosses it low from sort of almost the byline, pulls it back for Cantwell, and he shanks it across goal.
And no braid, so what's the point?
Yeah, see, Harvey, I think we need to see the braid, really, mate.
Well, if I was a bit more prepared for this stream, then maybe I'd have done one, but I was so ill prepared for this one. Maybe next time.
I think Jacob's right. If Cantwell notches, double braid next time.
Double braid? I'm going to like braid from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, he just mishit that one as well. Probably could have taken another touch, Todd. Yeah. There, just open up the body a little bit more, stronger on the right-hand side, obviously, than the left. Well, actually, I say that. He's stronger on his right than his left. Can we talk about that goal against Sheffield Wednesday? I think that's the most incredible finish. I've never expected ever to see him hit a ball that sweetly. It was one of those...
The first touch was wonderful. I don't know if he meant it to come off his heel. It was bloody wonderful. And then the amount of spin he got on the ball was mental, because I don't think it looked like he opened his body up that much. No. But what a finish. But they always look better in off the post, don't they? But yeah, lovely goal.
Forest collect on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's gratefully headed away. Cool. It's going to be collected on the right-hand side of the Norwich area. Hooked in and Krul claims very nicely. See, that's what you want from your goalkeeper. You just want a commanding control of the area.
Yep. Quietly having a very good game, Tim Krul.
It was a dangerous move there. Nottingham had a lot of players in their box.
I was going to say, he's been asked to do a little bit more now, Tim Krul, which the game feels like
Bear in mind, Tim Krul pretty much didn't touch the ball.
Well, yeah.
No, he's been forced into a couple of good saves, but also having to take control of his area a bit more.
65 minutes gone.
Great
Still
ball out
2-0.
on the left-hand side, but it looks like that's gone out for a throw-in. That's a shame.
Final score, lads. What are you fancying? I'm going to go 2-0. I think it'll stay the same.
I'm going to say 2-1.
God. Why have you said that? We all know that's the kiss of death.
Yeah, true.
It's now
I
definitely not going to stay 2-0.
Do you reckon I could do these lives without talking? That would just be easier, wouldn't it?
That sounds like
less stress.
You just have to learn British Sign Language or something.
I'm surprised Forest haven't scored yet after you said that. Yeah, it'd be 2-0. Oh, it's 2-1.
Yeah, 2-2. Good.
Another Joe Hinchcliffe masterclass.
Ball in behind to get Todd in. Heavy touch. She's stunned the defender. No, nothing comes of it. Recycle possession by Skip.
It's got a little bit scrappy for Norwich. They're sort of relying on Cantwell to do something ridiculous in order to get any further forward than normal.
No, Toddy, not that time. But he's getting on the ball.
Forest has been in it a little bit more. We've probably won. Well, no, Freeman's shot flashed a shot wide of the post, which was a good opportunity, and Graben's probably had the golden one. But
Good
so
save,
far,
Tim Krul.
so good, really. With Tim Krul in terms of alertness. We're comfortable enough, but Forest are slowly growing into the game, aren't they?
Yeah, they are now. We are. The ball is still in Forest's half, but they're patiently working up the pitch now.
I'd say it's all about game management now, isn't it? Last 25 minutes, you just want to make sure you're comfortable enough. You don't want to give a silly goal away. We saw with Brentford last night; they were comfortable in the game, gave a goal away, and it just brings the other team on, doesn't it? In this league, it can bite you on the backside.
You don't want to give teams like this hope of,
Go on, Timmy.
Just getting back into it, because as soon as they get that little snifter of hope, they often get back into it. So,
I'll tell you what this reminds me of. I don't know if you'll agree, Joe. The Coventry game away, where we were 2-0 up.
They came back into the second half. Yeah,
it feels a little bit like that if you're not watching, but did watch the Coventry game. It's very similar, where they're just slowly growing back in. Yeah, no. Coventry away in Birmingham.
Are we going to see a long throw in here? Sort of been a staple of the Championship so far.
Seen that a lot, haven't we? Seen that a lot this season. And Norwich, actually, I'm not going to say
Rory Delap must be loving what's going on in the Championship.
I wonder if it's because we had such a bad record from set pieces. Well, we don't now, but we did, didn't we? At the start of the season, our record from set pieces from the previous 2 years was terrible. I wonder if they just thought, get it in the box.
Well, and that's probably the Gibson-Hanley effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel actually confident from it. No, don't say that either. No, I'm trying not to set myself up for failure here. But I feel more confident defending set pieces than any time before, without a shadow of a doubt.
So we're saying 2 set-piece goals then?
It will be now, yeah. No, I'm gonna go with 2-0. I think it'll be last score. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're looking at it now and saying, I would still think there's opportunity in this game. I'm not sure which way it's going to go yet, but I still think there's opportunity for a goal. 20 minutes to go. It's just about seeing it out now. I think what you say about subs, Joe, probably now would be.
Yeah, agreed.
Well,
Harvey, prediction, mate. What do you fancy?
I'm going to say Forest are going to get one. I think 2-1.
2-1. Chat, what do we think? Let us know.
What we're talking about, Lucas Rook today, 2 assists for the main man.
Yeah, he has.
Huh. Which is
fair enough
for a player that's not his position.
Meh. Yeah, no,
really?
Fair enough, Jacob. Yeah, as a player, I can't get excited. I'm sorry, not about that.
So first of all, you can't. It's only Nottingham, and then Rook gets 2 assists. And you're like, yeah, but he's shit.
Just trying to keep a lid on things, lads.
What does he have to do to please you, Joe?
I don't know, just something.
Can you say it online?
No, probably not.
Sorry, it's just where my mind goes, Harvey. The chat earlier.
Well, does he have to get on his knees for you, Joe?
He does the job, and registering 2 assists tonight. Fair play to him, absolutely. I just find it hard to get excited, about him.
Score. I'd love to see him score.
Have you noticed that with watching football at home and not
Pukki is in the Nottingham Forest area. He's had his shot blocked, and Nottingham Forest collect it away. But good pressure from Norwich to sort of keep that pressure up. Go on, Joe.
With watching games only on TV and not in Carrow Road, I've been getting less excited about goals. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like when they go in,
yes.
it's less.
You've been very lethargic with your.
I need to get back out there, mate.
But no, I do agree. The football's not the same, is it? No. Without a doubt.
This isn't like real football, is it?
No,
it's like
armchair
FIFA
football.
Like it's weird.
Which is why we've done these watch-alongs, isn't it? To try and and it's brilliant. Thank you to everyone who has put in the chat today. It's been very busy and very good to see.
Steady numbers as well today, lads.
But no, it's been great to have everyone kind of contribute because it is just to try and replicate. Never replace, will it? But replicate, the match day. Because
maybe we should have some of those automated crowd sounds in this. And just get the sort of vibe of just like shouting over about 100,000 other people and just like, I think he passed it real good.
You need a get it forward.
Yeah. Don't grab and get in the box. That sort of thing. Too real.
Todd done to his hair. That's what I would be.
We love Todd County, my favourite player ever playing in Norwich 30 years. Like a lot of that.
Do you think there is a lot of Todd Cantwell hate, or do you just think people get frustrated with him like they did with the Murphys? And
I think he's under the microscope more because he's a local lad, but also,
do you think
I don't mean this maliciously, but he does not help himself.
That's what I mean. Do you think it's the local thing? I think it's because he's just very flamboyant.
Yeah, probably a bit of both, Jacob. Yeah, fair point.
I don't know, but maybe it is.
If you're a talented footballer and you've got a bit of ego, that's only going to help. Like I'd much rather a footballer who has a bit of style to them, a bit of ego. Well, go on, do ridiculous rainbow flicks. Pretend it's FIFA. If you've got the skills, do it.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
James Maddison had that confidence.
Chance, Pukki. No. Carry on, lads, as you were.
But maybe, James Maddison had that, sorry. But he maybe delivered more. I know he's a completely different level of player to Todd, I think, at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
No, for sure.
Well, maybe it is just that consistency we're looking for Todd. I think he's one of the hardest working players we've got in the side. And it's we criticised him, or me mainly, at the start of the season because he didn't show that level of work rate, did he? He was walking around the pitch and it looked like a guy who thought he was too good for this.
Lots of people stuck up for him then, though, Jacob. Maybe the hate is not as much as we think.
No, that's what I was just debating, really. Because you do see some people, Pukki should score there, by the way. Down again, good movement. Pukki shuffled it onto his right foot when probably should go on his left, actually. And the defence easily blocked it.
It's just, he's quite clearly a confidence player. And because of that, he draws himself into sort of ruining himself a bit. Like he will do some ridiculous stuff that will destroy his confidence, and then people call him out for it. Sometimes rightly, sometimes I think harshly, and it just destroys his confidence again. And so then he goes on Twitter and does his shushing emojis and stuff like that. It's just what he is.
That'd be all right if he's Emi Buendia. Do you know what I mean? He's not the best player in his own team.
But he doesn't have to be, because he's that sort of player. He's just a player that does that. He's a bit more loud. He's a bit more dressing room conscious. And so he is going to draw flack, but that's okay. That's fine.
I tell you what, I just want to say about Lucas Ripple. I know you said the famous words of meh, Joe. It's 90% pass success rate, 4 chances created, most tackles, 3, and 2 assists today from him.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
As Nalabala TV says, Joe is not unruptured by Lucas Ripple.
Nice. Clap, see what you've done there. That. Nice.
75th minute. Will's in the chat.
And also, 7 Jules 1 as well.
75th minute, Farker not making a sub. Imagine my shock. Trust. honestly.
I think this situation's slightly different, Will, just because 2-0 lead is dangerous to bring someone on that's not in the full bit of the game. But I do agree that probably now you could take off.
You're in the most
a Dowell or a
important
Campbell.
stretch of fixtures that will win you the title. Just make a sub and rescue some of your most valuable players. Surely that's the easiest option. Surely that's the easiest option.
Yeah, innit? That's what I'm thinking. Pukki will play at least 3 games in the summer. Then they'll have warm-up games. That'll be 5, 6, 7 games for Finland. So
it's about player protection.
He might as well spend half an hour on the bench.
I understand though. I do understand in this scenario, in this game, why he hasn't made a sub yet. For me,
because
you don't, imagine if it goes 2-1 as soon as he brings a sub on. It's risky to bring someone fresh on at the moment for me.
But if we went 1-0 down and then he made a load of defensive subs, you wouldn't mind, would you?
Yeah, but you're talking about a different game, aren't you? Again, you're talking about a completely different result. Of course, if you 1-0 down,
fight.
You know me and Jake will happily argue about
I'll just
that.
Yeah, but your
you?
point there is not correct, is it?
Because I'm saying, let's say he makes. Be like, yeah, good game management. Do you know what I mean?
I completely muted you there, just a pair of you. I was just like, nah.
Bliss.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you there.
That's fine.
Completely different game. But no, in general, I can see why he hasn't made a sub yet. To this point, I think that's
because it's Daniel Farke. Of course, he's not made a sub. He's not going to make a sub till the 91st minute, and it'll be probably Ida on the left wing. That's just Daniel Farke. He has one team, and he lives by it.
Not on the bench. As long as it's not Paheta.
We played well tonight. Let's be positive. We played well tonight.
Yeah.
Dow deserves minutes. Let's be fair, actually, as well. Dow and Rupp probably are fresh enough. Maybe Dow can come off now because this is his first start since Boxing Day. But he hasn't really looked like he's tired too much. Rupp seems to just keep going no matter how many minutes he's played. He just seems to be on that ticking kind of run. But no, I would take Pukki off now. But his movement at 2-0 keeps us in that forward momentum, if you get what I mean. With Hugo, you're kind of accepting protection, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, fair.
I think we still stretch for us at 2-0 with Pukki on, which I can see is why.
We're going to have a go at this now. Oh no, Cantwell can't find the pass. Janulis picks it up. Has a shot.
By the way.
I have to remind myself for the bench. Hang on.
Shemiswath?
No.
Yes. Nalabala TV says Todd tries things. The scary thing is the more more and more are coming off. He's on the rise. Trust me. And Will says Todd Cantwell, man of the match, no doubt about it. Not Lucas Rupp. Interesting.
He definitely does need a new contract, by the way, Toddy.
Well, yeah, we've got that year extension, haven't we, as well? So it's not as
it's true, less of a priority.
Bad. But no, yeah, it probably would be. He has looked bright again, Todd, and I've been really happy with how we've dealt with, obviously, Buendia, who is the mate. We've created chances tonight.
That's
whilst
the big
Forest have been shite. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
They have been very, very bad. But
it's just not in Forest.
Sorry.
It's just not in Forest.
Yeah, but we have played teams this year who have also been bad, and we've not capitalised. I think that's why I've been so impressed,
Do you fancy... Sorry, Joe, completely agree with you. Just going to change the subject. Do we fancy a bit of Marco Stiegman last 10 minutes? I do.
Yeah, I can see why. Sometimes he does lose the ball a bit easily at a 2-0 lead, but maybe that's just me trying to be conservative now. I think if you can rest Todd and teaming, then you do try to. If it goes 2-1 now, then you don't make any changes. Maybe Tete.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Stephen's done. Like, it's not happening for him. He barely gets any minutes. He's not trusted by Farke anymore. I think that's just it. That's him done.
I think it's because he is our only natural number 10.
Yeah,
just want to sit, apart from Dowell.
Let's be honest, that doesn't matter. He'll just play someone else there.
Yeah.
He'd rather
True that.
play a defender in the number 10 role than any number 10, let's be perfectly honest.
No, I think with Sheepman, that virus has taken a lot out of him, which I don't know what it was, but
Long COVID.
yeah, it's just a scrappy game now, isn't it? Last 10 minutes, you're thinking,
let's get this over with. Bang one in, sort it out. Let's go home, even though we all are home.
We've dealt with the second half well, no? Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Was that double? Jesus. We have dealt with it well, but we are seeing this most weeks now. Like we've said it about 3 or 4 times tonight already. Professionalism, but it is that. Like we just look so mentally right all the time,
Which is so key, isn't it?
Yeah.
So key. I think it's so easy to, and I don't know really how Daniel Farker's got it so right in such a short period of time. Like, fair play. Like that's a level I cannot analyse because that's how good it is. You know.
I'm looking forward to the interview where someone asks him what he's done differently this season to what he done last time in the champ, other than the defensive.
I think
solidity.
last 2 years ago it wasn't expected, was it? You know, we could take
Rip running into the Forest box here, past. Yeah.
It was a ride, wasn't it? You know, and a glorious ride.
I love that commentary. Just like Rip's in. Oh.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's why I find it hard to get excited about him. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, he's played well tonight, though. Very well.
For reference, Rip pretty much just ran the length of the pitch and then just got to the box and just stopped. And it was, nice one, Rip.
That is unfortunately your Lucas Rip guarantee, isn't it? Unfortunately, it is. Whilst done very well to get 2 assists tonight, it is just that final bit. But no, he's done well to get the length of the pitch. To be fair, and that's what I mean. Like he's played 81 minutes here, and
he's just threaded Pukki through onto his left foot. Keeper's going to get there, clears it.
I think Sheffield Wednesday struggled against the high block. This game's been more open than I think any of us actually expected.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's actually quite good in that role when the game's open.
Nice to see that Chris Hughton's been absolutely nowhere near it tonight.
Ollie Skip again, superb. How many games is it now? 37 that he's played in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't think, personally, Max as well, 37, I didn't think we'd see any outfield player this season play 46 in a row.
That's a ridiculous amount of games, really.
It is.
Pukki and again, Rupp again, feeding him. I might,
You'll change your mind at this rate.
Yeah.
Rupp is the best number 10.
No. He's 100% a lot better than what we saw in the Prem. Like, don't get me wrong, he's definitely improved. But I've said it enough. I've said it enough now. I just find it hard to get excited about him.
God, leave him alone. What's
Get
wrong
a
with
society, little bitch.
No.
Like he is the guy now.
Lucas Rupp.
You're egging me on now.
I would very
I'd
much
say
like
top 3 Norwich players. Easy.
Yeah.
Up there with what?
I'm going to say
Louis Thompson. Yeah.
Marley
nice.
Mumba.
I love Marley Mumba. Absolutely superb.
Marley Mumba.
I would say you could probably get rid of Cantwell or Buendia for Rook.
Now you are taking.
I wouldn't even replace Buendia because I need to. You've got Lucas Rupp in the team. No bother.
I'd have really enjoyed if someone had just joined in.
Good run into for Aarons who pushes it out for a corner. That's what I like to see from Aarons. He's getting really adventurous. The more the season goes on, like he wants to beat more players.
Yeah,
up and down the pitch. Really impressive. But a corner
he's far too good, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, substitution, 84th minute. Sorensen's on. Oh, time. No.
84.
And Rupp's off.
It's been actually
Joe's enraptured.
A bit of a shame for Jake Sorensen because he's played very well this season, and just since Janudis has come in, he's been a little bit unlucky, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I'd love to see him in. You know what I'm going to say? Instead of Skip, just to see if he can do it. I don't want to see Skip come off the pitch, to be fair, because we've only got a few games left of him. But I would also like to see Sorensen in that position before next season. Do you know what I mean?
No, I do completely agree with you. I do. And
another sub.
It's difficult.
Like London buses.
It's difficult for me because I'm not sure if Sorensen's got that nip around the pitch. You know, just that little extra speed that Skip seems to have.
Yeah, he's not going to be Skip. He's not.
I think the expectation
Maybe he is, but I don't think so.
is going to be. Sorry, did you just say he won't be Ollie Skip reincarnated?
Well,
I said he
You
won't
heard it
be
here
Ollie
first.
Skip, meaning
So
he won't be
will
as
be.
good.
So we've got Ollie Skip reincarnated because Joe is so wrong. Majority.
too easy, Joe.
Yeah.
Far too easy.
Tell you what, we're going to get relegated easily next season.
Nice.
We're going to finish with.
No, but
2
see,
points
now
now.
you're doing it unironically. We are going to get.
I've just seen the best comment I think I've ever seen from William Riches. Grant Hanley is as good as prime Seb Basson.
Without the coke habit as well.
And
Oh, we
without
didn't know
the fucking flicks in the playoff final, where I'll never forgive him for that. And God, can you imagine Grant Hanley doing a Seb Basson post-football career, being a DJ like Helston, which he did do? I would love to have gone to a Seb Basson rave.
Me
It
too.
was-
The only difference between Seb Basson and Grant Hanley is the goals, though, surely. Seb Basson was a striker.
What season was it? We're in the Prem, I think. But he scored loads from corners. He scored like 3 or 4 goals towards the end of the season.
Wasn't it? Where he brought him in and won player of the season. I think it was 12-13. But yeah, he was an interesting one, wasn't he, Seb Basson? As you can tell, the game's kind of petering out. So we are enjoying these.
Final 5-ish minutes.
Good point there, Nalabala TV.
Yeah,
I did
compared
compare
Houghton to
Hughes
Mourinho. Yeah.
Now, that is Championship Houghton, by the way, if anyone's just joined us. In the Championship,
Oh,
Houghton
lovely
probably
flick
is-
from Pukki if he can collect this.
And you are right. Daniel Farker is probably the. You need nowadays in this football, Houghton and Mourinho need very, very good defensive players and structure to be able to make it work. And neither of them have got that at the moment.
They basically aren't allowed to make mistakes, the defenders.
Pretty much.
Or you're fucked.
Well,
Because the
especially
game
with
plan
the-
only works if the team is like flawless and it just doesn't
Yes,
exist.
got to
like
work. And also with the kind of, would it be? It has to almost. It feels like every
Here
team
we
has
go,
to do it.
subs. So,
Is
Jake, we'll
pass
come
out
back.
the back.
We'll come back to that. Hugo's coming on for Pukki here, and then Hernandez is warming up. Not sure who's coming off yet. I think it's Dal. Yeah, it's Dal.
You looked
Sorry,
at that,
Jake.
though, and you just said that. No, I'll further on your point there. We're bringing on Onel Hernandez and Jordan Hugel.
Yeah.
Very good champion. Any team in the championship, on if Onel stays fit, would take those players, wouldn't they?
As
I
you
think.
said.
I think so.
I
But no,
love
Pukki's-
that touchdown from Rook, by the way. They're just showing Dowell's goal again. Really, really nice.
And I tell you what, Harvey, Lucas Rupp, man of the match.
Whoa.
I tell you what, Lucas Rupp is the least meh player I've ever seen.
Joe, what do you
On
think of
those-
that?
Enough. He's played
No.
a couple of nice through balls through since.
He's been
We
excellent.
said
hasn't
that
he?
as well. I don't want to. No, it's been a good performance. I don't want to take that away from him.
But.
You know what I'm going to say. I don't need to say it again.
Say it again.
Oh, this is a good point. Sorry, I'm just going to Nalabala TV saying. I'll be interested in what you think here, Joe. Maybe you as well, Harvey. I don't know if you've watched him. Josh Madger.
Doesn't he have the same agent as Campwell?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
As a kind of a support Pukki. It's a good
Campwell
point.
shot. Oh, down the
He's
team's
done well for
throat.
Fulham.
Bad.
I've enjoyed watching him. He
Well,
obviously brilliant.
it's not guaranteed with Fulham are going down. That would be the other thing.
Well,
I think it's more
he's on
likely
loan at
Newcastle will
Fulham.
go down.
He's on loan at Fulham from Bordeaux.
Oh, is he?
So,
Really?
I don't know. I don't think they have an option to buy. They might if he stays up. I must.
Do you
admit, I
not
haven't
think-
seen that.
Do you not think that's one of those transfers or loans that has gone through because of the new rules? Or was this in the
Probably.
summer he joined Fulham?
No, it was in the January. And you're
Yeah, so
probably
they
right.
thought, well, we can't get anyone else from League One, so we'll get him. Do you know what I mean?
I like the look of him though. I do like the look of him, and I think he's got good movement. I'm not sure about the finishing levels, but I think he's a lot more like Pukki than Hugo is. And
Yeah,
as
yeah.
alone, I don't think you could do too much better than that, really. I'd be happy with that personally. I've scored a great goal against Everton. I tell you what, if Fulham do go down, I'd love Harrison Reed back. He's been incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know. He does remind me a little bit of Skip. I know when we had him here, what was it? Almost 3 seasons ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4, because Daniel Farker's first season, wasn't it? He couldn't get in that CDM role, could he? He
No.
played right wing back at times and right back, and you thought, he's just never going to make it. But fair play to him, he has really improved. And he looks brilliant.
When did Jacob Sorensen come on the pitch? He just made a really good tackle. Onel maybe through here. No, they've dealt with it just about.
We're pretty much entering the 90th minute now, and it's looking pretty comfortable now.
Still 2-0 Norwich, obviously.
Norwich has restricted the chances really well. It's looking pretty much over now. We don't want to jinx it, but no goals now.
Just say there will be a few goals, Joe, and it'll be done, mate.
Forest's going to win 3-2, lads.
What have you thought of this second half, lads?
Professional.
Sorry, just back to, I'm going to interrupt my own question. Magnificent tackle, Jacob Sorensen. You're right there.
Yeah, it was good. It was lovely, wasn't it?
Oh, you're really behind.
I know.
Second half, yes. They've had a few chances. Tim Krul's dealt with them really well when called upon. He hasn't had a great deal to do, and he's done his job when he needed to. Not as impressive as keeping Brentford out all half, but similar sort of vein of performance against a lesser team. Yeah, nice, professional.
I'll tell you what, well, we thought at the start of the game it would be a bit trickier. And we'll see about Buendia, which we have not missed.
It's a big thing, actually.
Emi Buendia who?
Game.
That's my question.
Just the second time in 3 seasons we've won without Emi Buendia.
League game.
That is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's every game, Joe.
No, I think I looked back and there was a cup game that we'd won and he'd played in.
Was it? Yeah, not played in, do you mean?
Not played in, sorry, yeah.
Was that Burnley? Burnley away? Anyway, sorry, that's just me trying to be
It might have been.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, sorry, league game. Just the second, which was the first game of the season, Huddersfield away, which was not convincing. No, excellent.
Interesting shout from Will in the chat saying, bring back Danish Shabeni, guaranteed goals in the Premier League. What do you think to that one?
I do love the icon.
Bad for the brand. We don't want him coming back anywhere near the lads.
He did well in the Bundesliga for the second bit of paddle. I don't know what his stats are now, but unfortunately he won't be back. Again, it was one of those forwards which, unfortunately, we didn't really know what he's best at. He's a bit of a lanky forward, didn't really have any pace.
Bring him back.
Love that. But what he did have was a superb celebration, an iconic celebration.
Icon.
The salute was, exquisite.
I've seen a lot of people not liking those icon caps, and a lot of them are females, so I don't know if they're the thing anymore. That's
females. Have you been listening to Jordan Peterson by chance?
Yeah.
Icon hats were about 6-7 years ago as well, weren't they? I think you're a bit behind the times, man.
I'm not as cool.
You're
as
further
I
behind than
was.
Jacob's stream, mate.
Which is
that bad? 93 minutes.
minutes.
I don't know how long was added.
3 minutes. 3 minutes added time.
Red button. I haven't bothered with that. This is shit from Sky.
Out of budget, isn't it? Yeah.
So bad from Sky as well. At least we're watching it.
Well,
it's been
this is pretty much it, really, isn't it?
Tete with long sleeves coming on. Haven't seen that in a while.
7-0.
Would you give Tete one more year?
The thing is, I will always say yes to that, but I don't know what sort of state his body's in. That's a game. Is that game over? Yeah, game over.
I'm looking at the knees running now.
Good job, Tete. You're on for half a second to touch the ball. Good win, lads.
2-0 win for Norwich. Very professional job. Without Buendia as well, which is probably the headline, I guess. Only the second time we've managed that. Should we dissect it a bit, lads, for 5 minutes?
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
It was a very fast start, wasn't it? Very, very fast. Probably aided by Forest, but Jacob, the first 15 minutes was pretty good, mate.
Well, 9 league wins in a row, which is bloody incredible. Let's not understate how we've had the biggest amount of wins in a row for Norwich is 10. I think I remember that from NCFC numbers, so I will credit that. 9 wins in a row. That is, I'd love us to get over 10, but that is just incredible.
It is.
I don't know what you guys think, but that is, I don't know. Newcastle never did that, did they, Harvey, when they were up? They were a good team.
Not off the top of my head, no. But they
Like,
did get over 100 points as well, so maybe Norwich are on their way.
But no, in general, Forest were poor. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, Joe, that
you do now?
no, they were poor, yes, but I thought we made them look even worse than they were.
Yeah.
But the second half was a bit more game management, really, which again is remarkable, really, because I don't expect Norwich City to manage a game out this year. You know,
I don't.
It's funny, isn't it, that we
until the last month that has not been something you associate with Norwich at all.
No, not at all. It is very funny how we can now sit here and we sat here very comfortably in this second half. You know, we weren't having a heart attack over anything, were we?
No, not really. It was nice.
There you go.
Shall we look forward?
GG.
Yes,
With
one more game.
Blackburn up next, of course. They are currently 15th mid-table. How far are they off the playoffs? Probably too far. So not
Just
a lot
had
to play
Bradley
for.
Dack out injured for the season, which is obviously a massive blow for them. They're the main creator. Armstrong, who
He's good. He's good.
scored, yes, but is very wasteful.
I'd love him at Norwich.
Would you? I think he's very wasteful for what he is. But he is very quick and will cause Gibson and Hanley issues if they're not fully on it, which they have been recently. Hopefully you have Emmy back, whilst I think today's performance has been excellent, nothing short of excellent in terms of without him. I would like to see him back in that game. They've got the potential to be a banana skin, and it's just following it up now. I think it's 3 more wins, isn't it? We need, really.
Yeah. What do you think we'll see from Blackburn? Because they actually quite like the ball, don't they? And obviously we do. So I imagine we'll be in the ascendancy, but they might fancy a bit more of the ball. You never know.
Obviously got Harvey Elliott as well from Liverpool. So
and he's scored a good goal against us last time as well.
Yeah, I thought defensively we were poor in that moment. And I tell you what was his name? Michael McGovern played really well in that game. Didn't he? He was excellent.
I can't remember.
One of his best games. Made a couple of really good saves. But no, all in all, it's just one of those again. You just want to win now. You just want to win and go up, don't you? I'm so excited to be able to. I don't know when it will be because we know the rough dates, but we don't know for sure. That we just can't wait to be able to go out with everyone and celebrate it. You know.
Oh, I can't wait, lads!
It's
can't
just
wait.
Going to be. Go on.
Absolute carnage, isn't it? I just want to get back to Carrow Road. I don't know if we can do a Leeds style thing and celebrate outside the ground. Boris will probably be a bit pissed off about that.
Well, yeah, we won't put our we are going. We have no input in that. Yeah. But no, it's just gonna be great. You know, it's been a brilliant win tonight, and watching that Norwich game has just shown how dominant we are. And yeah, that's just about it, really. You can't overcomplicate it or overanalyze, really. We were just really, really excellent, and it was just brilliant, really.
Thoroughly professional. Let's have a man of the match from both of you then.
Go on, Harvey, you go first.
There's only one man that it can be. He's got 2 assists.
I think I'm going to have to give it to him as well.
2 assists. He's got his own appreciation club. Of course, it's Lucas Rapinoe. Really awesome game. Didn't have too many mistakes. What he did do worked really well. He sent Pukki through about 100 times. And 2 assists from Rupp. Lucas Rupp.
That's what I mean. You're
Lucas
so surprised. Yeah, that's what I mean. Jacob, go on. You're going to say the same, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can give a good shout for Kieran Dowell as well, who was excellent. And all in all, very happy. Pukki looks so sharp still. I'd love to see him get to 29 again. I'd love to see him get to 30, eclipse the first season, which would be incredible. But no, all in all, brilliant. And just a main thank you to everyone. We'll go over the chat in a minute, but brilliant. And a thank you to everyone who's watched and enjoyed tonight, hopefully. And it's really enjoyable doing them when we get so many people involved and when we win. What about you, Joe? Man of the match?
Man of the match, I can't really argue. I am going to have to give it to Rupp.
Hey.
Wait,
yeah, no, I'm going to have to give it. He played really well.
Can you say those words for me, please?
Say it again.
Man of the match this evening, Lucas Rupp.
Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Kieran Dowell as well, who scored a worldie and had a very good game as well.
Harvey, do you want to do the comments, mate? And then
let's do that. Nalabola TV says, whatever happened to Ryan Sessegnon?
Cool. He's currently on loan at Hoffenheim. But yes, meh.
R.I.P.
And I tell you what, that'd be the only thing I'd give Todd, Max. You could have probably said Jamal when he was here. That kind of indicator is when it worked really well for you at one club, just because you go to a huge club doesn't mean it's always going to work out. Because Sessegnon was wanted by the biggest teams in the world, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And just keep that in mind. You can turn out to be a Ryan Sessegnon.
Very easily. Freddie Greenacre says, huge win. Thanks, Freddie. Will is in the chat saying, enjoyed the stream tonight, boys. Keep up the good words. Good work. Hashtag Talton's Barmy Army. Let's get that trending. And Nalabala TV, who has subscribed, I've just seen, says, top stuff, lads. First time watching. Good fun. Appreciate your work. Thank you so much. You've been great in the chat. We've enjoyed your comments. And I think that'll do for now.
I think we'll just say, we are, if you are new to us, because we have had 3 or 4 new people in the chat tonight, which has been brilliant. We will be live Saturday, 3 o'clock, hopefully about 2:45 for the Blackburn game, which is again another big one just before the international break, where we'll have a couple of other things beforehand or during that break. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you. I can't remember his gentleman's name, but thank you for the donation.
Oh yeah, thanks to Johnson Howard for the £5 donation and J Carroll 48 for the £5 donation as well.
Top man.
We do really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and until next time, see you later.
Cheers, guys.